Citi FM 97.3.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Only bunny feel Munuchiolo. And the only bunny feel ni chicken. She walk a was a sunny who Yanka was some more fair young body Janya Monani She let Romo Mia Bobo. She know
This is the Citi Breakfast Show.
Yes, Bakoye Dromo Hewo. Koni wana wala he.
6:29 on the Citi Breakfast Show. This is 97.3 Citi FM. And this is a TV Olamte written song sung by the Jofo Incorporated. Dromo song from the album Beji Wayeyi. Dromo is the Ga word for grace. Grace. It says, for by grace we have been saved through faith. And he also says the grace of God that brings salvation has appeared to all of us, teaching us to deny ungodliness and worldly lust and live sober, honest, and godly lives. So grace is not just a release from wrong, but also an empowerment to do right. It teaches us how to live. Grace is the expression of God's greatest love. So we live by grace. That's why we ask people to be gracious. Be gracious in defeat, or gracious in victory as well. So grace must be expressed. It is love that is expressed as grace. And in the strength of that grace, we bring you this show, the Citi Breakfast Show, live here on 97.3 Citi FM. 6:31. It's Tuesday morning. And the best response to grace is love. Yeah. So let's live in love. Let's walk in love. Let's walk in the genuineness of a sacrificial love. This is Life Sense or Business Sense, brought to you by ABSA. Don't throw small money away, or don't give small money a chance. Say yes to the I can afford it feeling with an ABSA credit card. With an ABSA credit card, you get up to 55 interest-free days, flexible limits, free card swipes, and worldwide acceptance to pay now and sort it out later. Visit an ABSA branch today to apply for an ABSA credit card today. Your story matters, ABSA. Starting off with the news review segment shortly. Caleb Kula and Richard Sky here with the news review segment. Jumping into that shortly. It's an interactive program, 053-998-6996. We'd like to hear from you. Indeed, sometimes the full program is inspired by a little text message we get, or an email, or a letter to the editor. So please send them in, 053-998-6996. Let me say good morning to my brother Caleb Kuda.
Good morning, Bernard.
And to my brother Richard Sky.
Hey, money.
Both of you are in dark blue, looking very nice indeed. You and your batak. Indeed, somebody sent me a batakari, by the way.
A fugu. I see your size.
Well, yes.
Was it tailor made?
I need to. I'll test it today.
We may spare the vagaries of Asienu
Ketia. because General wears his own with pride. I also wear with pride.
I love that. He has some
He inspires all of us. So once he wears it with pride, I wear mine with pride. So I have no problems at all. I have no issues at all. So he sent it last week.
Oh, beautiful.
I think.
What color is it?
It's blue.
I hope he doesn't have the calories and those other.
No.
Amulets.
He will actually. I'm trying to remember. He will get it. I think he will even have a standard. This is Ghana.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so,
beautiful.
Nice.
So if you are slim like me and you want a fugu that fits you,
Yes.
you can come to This Is Ghana.
Yeah.
They can even do bespoke fugu. Bespoke.
Maybe so.
So like they will do it.
Slim fit.
Have you noticed that there's this meme where they throw the batagari? When you go to that batakari,
That's for legends.
when they finish cutting it, they'll throw it.
What do you want, Jim?
So like, it will fit you.
Now you'll be turning like that.
I tell you.
No, I'm
Let me say good to Godfred as well.
Morning, Bernard.
Sky and Godfred will give us the headlines. Caleb
Yes.
will give us the online stories as well.
Just quickly though, because this time is pretty important, and it's the time that this announcement works well. So quickly, the Ghana Police Service say there's an announcement. They say police urge public to disregard false flyer on use of AirPods and earphones whilst driving. Do you want me to go to
Yes,
it now?
read it.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
I saw yesterday, I was a bit concerned.
Yeah, so the Ghana Police Service would like to urge the public to disregard a flyer circulating on social media purporting to be a public safety announcement from the service and claiming, among other things, that the use of AirPods, earphones, or other audio devices while riding or driving is prohibited under the law. The service wishes to clarify that the flyer is not a communication of the Ghana Police Service. The service has neither issued nor authorized the said publication, and our cybercrime unit is working on tracing those behind the false publication. The service, however, wishes to remind motorists and other road users that any activity or device that distracts them or compromises their attention, hearing, control of the vehicle, or awareness of surrounding traffic can pose a serious risk to road safety. Motorists and riders should therefore endeavor to avoid distraction and exercise maximum care while on the road. The service further urges all motorists, motorcyclists, and other road users to familiarize themselves with and comply fully with the Road Traffic Regulations 2026 LI 2519 and all other applicable road traffic laws. Basically, these are the important sections of the announcement.
I think that's a beautiful written statement, and I think whoever wrote it did a very professional job.
With this country,
Also, Sky, please just appeal to motorists who are using the N1 connecting the Apenkwa side. So it's been asphalted, so traffic has been redirected. So please comply
with
the
the rules.
diversions.
Since we are on road safety, the board chair of the DVLA, George Spencer Kwe, wrote an article on Channel 1 News, citynewsroom.com, when the sirens become a national anthem. I think it's a very important article that deserves some attention because he's talking about road crashes and this epidemic of everybody just wanting to break traffic rules. A very good article, which, because it's the butcher of DVLA, I think he's seeing things from a certain perspective. So we may spend some minutes discussing it, but if you go to the website, it's there. You know, he's talking about insurance commission, road safety commission, basically calling for an interagency DVLA, MTTD, NRSC to work together to deal with this canker because he thinks it's a very, very serious problem. It's a very short article, but very well written.
Yeah, before I go to the headlines, which is one of the things I hope that we'll deal with today. You know, a couple of days ago, there was in wide circulation a video concerning what do you call it, plantains in the markets and how they were being ripened with chemicals and all kinds of things.
True.
And I've since, contacted a number of market women who say that the problem is not only, in their view, confined to only plantains. You have other, vegetables and other crops that were produced in the market also affected. Tomatoes, banana, in some cases, mangoes. Previously we were using ash.
So artificially ripened.
Exactly. So that you take you home, if you're not careful, within days going bad. And of course, the taste of these things have also been altered over time. It is a good thing that the FDA is speaking about it. So the Ghanaian Times has a huge story this morning. FDA flags ripened plantains, probes viral video from Medina market.
So this is chemical induced ripened plantain.
Exactly.
That's the headline.
Exactly. That's the headline. So we'll bring you the details in a jiffy. Also on the front page this morning, incite violence, face the law. The Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak, on the front page is warning all of us this morning. And then also capital market players kick against 400% SEC levy hike.
Godfred, what's your
front page of the Daily Guide newspaper this morning? Court halls Eduboahene, ex-NAFCO boss trials over Supreme Court suit. 2 killed, 7 injured in a sinful crash. Very gory photos. Spiritualist nabbed for attempted murder of girl 11. And anxiety grips young cocoa farmers.
Yeah.
Let me take you to the Chronicle. Boachi Enchi vows, I'll restore 5,000 Ghana cedi per constituency stipend. This is coming in from an aspirant to the General Secretary position of the NPP. His photograph is here. Also, the front page this morning, NDC Youth Wing calls for stronger action against illegal mining. And Anna Dompre is here on the front page. Galamseyers are operating with impunity under Mahama, he says.
Front page of the Daily Post this morning, President Mahama announces $10 billion new economy investment program. Cedi long overdue for security refresh.
Let me take you to the Insight newspaper. Amendment of 1992 Constitution. Mahama says Ghana to hold referendum in 2027. His photograph is here also on the front page this morning. Africa must own AI, not just use it. I agree. And something here that says that IPR celebrates JIP's lasting professional legacy with the launch of annual Kamfo lecturer.
All right.
Front page of the Daybreak newspaper. Jubilee House shields Maslock boss. This is a story. Kumasi tanker driver suspend strike after bust agreement. Coca talks tough. Pledges inclusive NPP administrating in Ashanti.
My final newspaper is the Economy Times. Cedi regains value after July setback. Reserves hold at $12.9 billion US. The photograph of the BOG boss is here. Johnson Isiama. Also on the front page this morning, deposit insurance extended to digital deposits such as customers' mobile money balances. Every now and then I get some small coins be like that from the Momo people.
All right.
The New Republic this morning, Charlie, there are throwing punches everywhere. Says the New Republic revealing the blurred lines. The AG behind Adamu's downfall. And they put Godfred Dami on the front page alongside Mr. Honorable Amakufibua and then Madam Angela List. NPP's ghost appointees flee regional elections. This one says prophet of peril. Kusibua team plays emotional victim card as forensic news titans. And then from extortion to evangelism, Dankwa Institute attempts to scrap MPP's filth with a manufactured moral icon.
Well, I have the soft copy of Daily Graphic this morning. It says NPP's regional elections, can new guard deliver 2028? That's the big question here. It comes with the photographs of Abronye, that is Kwame Bafo, who has been retained, and then
Kwame Bafo is the BA regional chairman.
Yes, and then Dr. Okoboy is here as Odinihu, as well as Odinihu Kweku Apia.
So Okoboy being the Greater Accra regional chair,
yes,
and then Odinihu
Kweku Apia, Ashanti region. regional.
So that's the question in the graphic. What else is there?
Exactly. And then the other question is deploy new approach to flood management. This is University of Ghana Pro Vice Chancellor.
We have forgotten the flood.
And then constitutional reforms referendum to go alongside 2027 assembly elections. This is President Mahama.
So who wants to go first? What's the
Okay, let me tell you about the FDA.
I've not brought you City Newsroom yet,
okay,
so
go on.
please. Legal vacation. Stop using media to challenge judicial decisions. This is Stadio Sorry to lawyers. And government targets 70% 5G population coverage by 2028. President Mahama on Galam say we will not give up the fight. And at Asafotu Fiame, we are told 4 Adan traditional leaders have been suspended for defying counsel. If you go to channel1newsonline.com, Ghana's gold output projected to hit 6.7 million ounces in 2026. This according to the Chamber of Mines. Plus, we are told that Ghana has risen to the 6th position in world production, with beating the US. Ghana's gold production at risk as small-scale mining dominates. This is Ken Ashigbe. Major Online says that NDC's interest aligns with the Constitution. Stramside, Deputy AG, defending push for speedy trials. And on ASCA, he says, don't turn Iyoko OSP roles into turf war. This is still the Deputy AG. Meanwhile, the Mensah South MP says, ASCA bribery scandal exposes deep failures in Ghana's procurement systems. The High Street Journal leads with this one. CD stability alone not enough unless it's linked to the abolition of 5% duty on industrial machinery.
Redirection.
Come on. And is Gold Board really a loss-making entity? Not so fast. An independent accounting professional's verdict.
Okay. Let me take you to the lead story of the Ghanaian Times, which all of us should listen to carefully. The story is from a Times reporter. You find that details on page 12. And it says the Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, has cautioned the public against the indiscriminate use of chemicals to accelerate the ripening of plantains and other fruits and vegetables. Now, the caution follows a viral video purportedly showing the use of chemicals to ripen plantains in the Medina market. Now, according to the FDA, preliminary findings from investigations conducted in collaboration with the Environmental Health Unit of the La Nkwantanan Medina Municipal Assembly established that the product reportedly used in the video was Earthemax, a plant growth regulator considered harmful to human health and public safety. The question is, how do these things get into these hands? Now, the authority said it had also engaged the trader involved in the sale and distribution of the ripened plantains at the market. In a press statement issued and signed by the Chief Executive Officer and copied to the Ghanaian Times yesterday, the FDA said it was taking appropriate regulatory action against those involved in the unauthorized sale, distribution, and use of the chemical based on the preliminary findings of the investigation. Now, the authority explained that appropriate use of chemicals included inappropriate use of chemicals included applying incorrect concentrations or using chemicals on commodities for which the products were not authorized, practices which could pose food safety.
We'll get back in this later on. Go for it.
Let me tell you about cocoa. Also in the headlines, quite prominently the past month on page 3 of the Daily Guide, young cocoa farmers across the country have expressed growing anxiety over the 2026-2027 cocoa purchasing season, citing uncertainty over financing, producer prices, and the official date of the new season. The Young Cocoa Farmers Association, in a petition to President John Dramani Mahama, said the difficulties experienced during the 2025-2026 season had left many farmers financially distressed and uncertain about the future of cocoa production. The association said many young cocoa farmers failed to meet their production targets and expected incomes during the previous season, making it difficult for some farming households to make basic needs, pay school fees, access healthcare, and undertake essential farm maintenance. And I was working on something yesterday regarding cocoa in the West Africa sub-region, and there's a significant amount of concern, particularly with the coming into force in December of the EU laws on sourcing of cocoa. So if these young farmers are already in this dilemma, you can imagine what happens from December, because they are worried about supply of cocoa beans when that particular regulation comes into force in December.
Meanwhile, cocoa husk, the waste of it has been turned into 300 school desks in circular economy push. This is the High Street Journal. So Ghana is turning cocoa processing waste into school furniture with 300 desks made from recycled cocoa hacks presented to students in the Bukuroso in the Trifopraso district as part of efforts to create economic value from agricultural waste. The panels used to make the desk were produced by the Material Innovation Center, while local carpenters were engaged to convert them into functional school furniture. The initiative is designed to create value at several points in the cocoa supply chain, from waste generated during processing to jobs for artisans and improved learning facilities.
Okay, let me still plug into that. The cocoa farmers divided over cocoa bale. The story is on page 4 of the Ghanaian Times from Clement J-Boy and Julius Yao-Petechi, and they say that there seem to be some division or divided opinions among cocoa farmers in the country in relation to the passage of the Ghana Cocoa Board Bill 2026, with a section of the farmers in parts of the Ashanti region welcoming it, while their counterparts in the Western region kick against it. Now, the sharp division centers largely on a provision in the legislation that requires farmers to obtain approval before destroying or uprooting cocoa trees, a measure intended to protect cocoa farms from conversion to other uses. Now, they spoke about farmers from Dwabing, Esiwa, Joso, and Kunungu in the Ashanti region expressed their support for the bill at a stakeholder sensitization rally organized by the Cocoa Board at Kunungu. It goes on to give
while
you
some
details.
are also not happy.
Not happy with it.
We need more discussions on this. Godfred, what else do you have for us?
Well, the president is on page 6 of the Daily Post. He says we need to print some new currency, and I'll explain to you. President John Dramani Mahama says Ghana's currency is long overdue for refreshing, citing the need to periodically upgrade its security features to stay ahead of counterfeiters. According to the president, currencies must be periodically updated to make it more difficult for criminals to reproduce them. Quote, every country, every 10 years, you are supposed to refresh your currency, because if you use the same currency for too long, people learn how to counterfeit it. Basically also comes with a warning that the fact that new currency will come does not mean that there's a redenomination or something going on.
Yeah,
he also said something about voting in next year's MMDC election.
That is one of the...
joined to the constitutional review. Who has that one?
Of course. I have the Insight, which has the story on its front page. Says Mahama says Ghana to hold referendum in 2027.
Right.
We have serious concerns about these proposals that they are doing. If you go to the story, President John Dramani Mahama yesterday announced plans to hold a national referendum on proposed constitutional amendments alongside the 2027 District Assembly elections. Now, he made the disclosure in his remarks at the Resetting Ghana Tour Citizens Engagement in Bolgatanga as part of his 2-day tour of the Upper East region.
Well, the president has also been saying that we will not give up on the fight on Galamsey. This is captured on citynewsroom.com by Nik Amarteifio. President John Dramani Mahama says Ghana is making progress in the fight against illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey, as the government intensifies efforts to reclaim forest reserves and other environmentally sensitive areas affected by illegal mining. According to the president, the government's renewed campaign against illegal mining is beginning to yield results, particularly in forest areas that have been heavily encroached upon by illegal miners. Meanwhile, Ghana rises to 6th among world's largest gold producers, overtakes the US. So Ghana ranks 6th among the world's largest gold producing countries in 2025, producing 185 tons of gold, the Chamber of Mines has disclosed. Now, the ranking represents an improvement from Ghana's traditional 7th position, with the country overtaking the United States following an increase in domestic production and a decline in US output. There are lots of other stories.
In that story, did they discuss
gold.
the expense at
No,
which it's
it
coming?
came from my interview with the Chamber of Mines
I'm
yesterday,
proud of you.
where they released the 2025 statistics on mining generally. So that's the issue. Then there's also the fact that small-scale mining has now overtaken large-scale mining in Ghana as the largest contributor to our gold. And there are many questions raised in that conversation.
So, Bernard, let me stay with illegal mining. NDC Youth Wing, they are calling for stronger action against illegal mining. You find that story on page 2 of the Chronicle. Kwesi Alfred Adams says the Western Regional Youth Wing of the National Democratic Congress has thrown its weight behind the government's efforts to combat illegal mining and restore degraded natural resources, while calling for the celebrated implementation of the Petroleum Hub project in the region. Now, the Youth Wing said the Petroleum Hub, when fully completed, had the potential to transform the Western region into a major industrial and logistical corridor create thousands of jobs for young people and stimulate private sector investment. If you turn to the adjoining section of that same page, Galamsey's are operating with impunity under Mahama. Now, the minority chief whip, a member of parliament for the Sawam Adwijiri constituency, Frank Anodompre, has launched a scathing attack on the government over its handling of illegal mining, popularly called Galamsey, describing the continued destruction of the country's water bodies, forests, and livelihoods as a national crisis.
I'll give you some crime stories, Bernard, from the Daily Guide on page 3. This one: spiritualist nabbed for attempted murder of girl 11. A 27-year-old self-styled spiritualist has been arrested at Atia, near Lamte Mills, Kaswa, in the South municipality for allegedly attempting to abduct an 11-year-old girl for ritual purposes. The suspect, identified only as C-Prof, was reportedly seen dragging the girl into an uncompleted building believed to be his shrine. According to residents, the girl's cries from inside the building drew their attention. They rushed to the scene, forced their way to the building, rescued the girl, and apprehended the suspect. The so-called Juju man was reportedly assaulted by some angry residents before he was handed over to the police.
Okay, so on the question of violence, if I may, if you go to page 12 of the Ghanaian Times, there's a story there quoting a good friend, the Minister for Interior, is by Benjamin Atentete. Says the government has pledged to deal firmly with individuals or groups whose comments incite violence and threaten the country's peace and security. Now, the Minister for Interior, Alhaji Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, gave the assurance during a meeting with the governing body of the National Muslim Conference of Ghana in Accra on Sunday. Now, the engagement was organized to explore lasting solutions to inflammatory remarks by some individuals that could fuel religious violence and undermine national peace.
Being fast doesn't mean perverting justice. Shremsai challenges critics to prove manipulation. Abubakar Ibrahim writes on My Joy Online this morning that Deputy Attorney General Justice Shremsai has challenged critics of the government's push for speedy trials who claim the process is being manipulated to achieve partisan objectives. He insists that the mere decision to pursue cases quickly does not amount to perversion of justice. Quote, because you say being fast alone okay, doesn't mean that you are perverting the cause of justice. Here's a quote from him that establishes the story.
I wanted to point out something you were interested in.
Okay.
Daily Graphic, page 13, deploy new approach to flood management. The Vice Pro-VC of the University of Ghana, in a story written by Daniel Kinu. The Pro-Vice of the University of Ghana, Professor Samoni Adekojo, has called for well-integrated risk management approach to address Ghana's perennial flooding problem. The geographer and soil scientist said the approach should cater for safety awareness, evacuation, and psychological needs of victims. The Pro-VC, who's in charge of the University's Research, Innovation, and Development, ORID, said the current structure of institutions involved in flood management from the national to district level were quite complex and needed to be knit together to work seamlessly. He is also a distinguished professor at RIPS, which is the Regional Institute of Population Studies. He was delivering his inaugural lecture as a full professor last Thursday. Now he was on the topic, Reading the Skies, Healing the Land, Climate, Indigenous Knowledge and Health. Any student of life should just get this and listen to it.
I paid attention to it last week when it was happening. I also highly recommend
sometimes people don't hear about this on time. Sometimes they advertise it. Some of the lecturers, when you know them, you advertise this for them. There's also a very good article by former PR of the Ministry of Education on page 20.
Nobody's writing.
Not the PR of the ministry. He used to be the head of media for NAPO. So his article is on page 20, and he's talking about the death of a reading culture and why we need to think better. Right. So he calls the column the Potpourri, Rodney. Yes. Now, I just want to read a quick paragraph. He says, people are talking about the humanities in very derogatory terms, but they do not understand the use of the humanities when they are pitched against the sciences. And it links that to the need for curiosity and basically a culture of reading, which he thinks is dying with the kind of things we're doing these days. And he also deals with our current conversations about BEC and the new curriculum. It's a very good article on page 20 of the daily graphic, which I think those who are interested should get a copy.
Okay, Bernard, let me take you to the Economy Times now. They have a number of very powerful economic stories. So one says Citi regains value after July setback, and the reserves are holding at 12.9 billion. Elikem Deseul writes and says the Ghana Citi has regained ground against the US dollar after slipping in July, with the Bank of Ghana appointing a stronger external position, pointing to a stronger external position, a $8.8 billion US dollar trade surplus and gross international reserves of some 12.9 billion as key buffers supporting exchange rate stability. If you turn to page 13 of the Ghanaian Times, there's also a story that says capital market players are kicking against 400% SEC levy. And that story is by Benjamin Acton-Tete and says industry players in Ghana's capital market have kicked against the Securities and Exchange Commission's 2026 increase in market levies, warning that the new charges could slow the growth of smaller firms in the sector. And if you are back quickly to the Economy Times, there's a story on page 3 that says government rejects some 6.4 billion Ghana Citi T-bills bid and misses auction target. One paragraph of the story says government rejected about 6.4 billion Ghana cedis in treasury bill bids at its largest auction despite strong investor demand, raising some 4.88 billion Ghana cedis against a target of 5.99 billion Ghana cedis as the Treasury Limited borrowing. He goes on to talk about other
Still
markets.
on the city, stability alone not enough unless it's linked to the abolition of 5% duty on industrial machines. So
Give me the details of that.
Natural Resource Governance expert Dr. Steve Mantia wants Ghana to abolish the 5% duty on industrial machinery, arguing city stability should encourage productive imports, boost manufacturing, support the 24-hour economy, and reduce import dependence. So Ghana's strengthening and stabilization of the city may be bringing welcome relief to consumers and businesses, but Natural Resources Governance expert Dr. Steve Mantia says the gains could become less meaningful if the stronger currency simply makes it cheaper for Ghana to import more of what it does not produce. According to Dr. Mantia, CD stability is important for containing inflation and reducing the cost of imported goods, but it also carries a less obvious risk. Ghana could become an even bigger market for imported consumer goods without building the productive capacity needed to manufacture more locally. This is the High Street Journal, Frederick Adai-Kwatin writes.
All right. There's a quick announcement somebody sent about a road. I feel like I need to mention this. A big tree has fallen on the road, blocking the road on the Peduase-Accra stretch.
Oh, no.
Please make the public and police aware. This is from Yvonne Boache Champong, a listener of the show. A big tree. I suspect this is on the Avle to Accra bound side. It has blocked the road. So, and you know, in those places, visibility may be poor. We don't want another accident. There was another story about a road crash in the Daily Guide in Asimfosu, 2 dead, 7 injured. These incidents are becoming one too many. And we need to pay attention.
Yeah, but just quickly, let me draw your attention to a story you find on page 3 of the Ghanaian Times. 14 arrested over suspected narcotic cultivation at Daliga. Now, Daliga is not Dali in the Volta region. This one is in the north of the country. So let me just correct that impression. It's in the
who has formed an impression?
No, because every time they say Volta Tower, I lose this. I've rejected it. So now it's on the
equalizing.
No, I'm for public information, because if you read the headline and you go away, you think it's Dali. It's not Dali. This one is Daliga.
So what are the details?
So it says 14 suspects have been arrested for their alleged involvement in the cultivation and distribution of narcotic drugs at Daliga in Nabdan district of the Apais region. Yes, that's what the story says.
You should be concerned, not the fact that it's not in your region. The newspaper review segment was brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Why stress when you can dig the soft life? With Fidelity Digital Banking, you can use the mobile app to send money, pay your bills, buy airtime and data. You can also pay for your GHQR, shop securely with your Fidelity Visa card, and even get instant support from Kukwa, our WhatsApp assistant. Sign up for Fidelity Digital Banking today. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
I don't want to stress. I want the soft life. I wanna have more time, make catch up life. I send money, I pay my bills, I buy airtime. Oh, I dig the soft life. Abracadabra seems like magic, API magic. I don't need to carry money on me. With Fidelity cards, I just need to swipe. Oh, I dig the soft life. Oh, soft life, GHQR. I take my phone when I scan it. Payment complete, Fidelity app is so sleep. Oh, I dig the soft life. Say hello to Kukwa, the chatbot. Yeah, she's gonna simplify your digital banking. Fidelity digital banking, the new dimension. Dig the soft life. Modege, Mr. Modege. Dig, 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 dig. Dig, 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 dig.
Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
7:01, Tuesday morning, Citi Business News. Neti Ajaho with the details. Good morning, Net.
Good morning, Bernard, and you're welcome to the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News. Is brought to you by MTN, Valex Lease, EcoBank, and Good Energy. Coming up, GCB leads deposits, loans, and assets as banking competition intensifies. We'll bring you more from the PwC survey. Also, Bank of Ghana calls for stronger credit channels to close $4.8 billion SME financing gap. And later, Chamber of Mines warns Ghana's reliance on small-scale mining could pose challenges for future output. Let's settle for the details now. Ghana's banking market is becoming increasingly competitive, with GCB Bank strengthening its position as the industry's leading player in deposits, loans, and operating assets, even as some mid-tier banks make significant gains. Here is more from the latest PwC Ghana Banking Survey.
According to the survey, GCB Bank took the lead of industry deposits with a share of 12.37% in 2025, down from the 12.99% in 2024. It extended its lead over EcoBank Ghana, whose share fell from 14.33% to 10.52% over the same period. Stanbic Bank maintained third position with 7.8%, meaning the three largest banks collectively controlled about 30.7% of total industry deposits in 2025. The concentration underscores the continued strength of the major banks despite growing competition across the sector. This is even more pronounced in lending, where GCB expanded its market share from 15.4% in 2024 to 17.8% in 2025. EcoBank remained second with 14.2%, giving the two institutions a combined 32% share of industry loans, up from 29.7% a year earlier. While the biggest banks consolidated their positions, several mid-tier institutions recorded notable gains. Omnibasic Bank emerged as one of the strongest movers in deposits, jumping from 13th position in 2024 to 5th in 2025 with a 6% market share. PwC attributes the improvement to focused customer acquisition and growth in retail and SME deposits.
Nilati Lati with that business desk report. Now, the second deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana, Matilda Santisidi, says access to credit, insurance, and investment on fair terms should become the next benchmark for measuring financial inclusion in the country. She pointed to the $4.8 billion annual financing gap facing small and medium-sized enterprises, describing it as one of the most severe gaps on the continent despite Ghana's comparatively advanced financial system. There's more on the following report.
Speaking at the Distinguished Digital Finance Lecture during the National ICT Week, Matilda Asante-Siedu said Ghana's financial system had developed sophisticated payment infrastructure but had yet to build equally effective credit channels. According to her, the disconnect between transaction data and access to credit represents a major opportunity for Ghana's financial sector. She argued that digital payment histories could provide useful information for assessing the credit worthiness of small businesses.
Think about what a mobile money transaction record actually contains. It shows how much money moves through an account each month and whether balances are held or withdrawn immediately, which tells you something about the behavior of the account holder. It shows merchant payment activity, how frequent transactions occur, whether volumes are growing or falling, and how regular and predictable income is. This is not just background information. It is a credit record. We have simply not built the habit of reading it as such.
Meanwhile, Acting Director General of the National Information Technology Agency, Nik Amarteifio, says the agency is advancing the Ghana Electronic Documents Wallet System, focusing on trusted digital documents and credentials for citizens.
We are also advancing the Ghana Electronic Documents Wallet ecosystem, engaging stakeholders on trusted digital documents and credentials, whilst working on a regulatory framework for data center and cloud services to strengthen security, reliability, and accountability. Our work on Ghana.gov is equally important. We are committed to developing it into a more integrated gateway through which citizens can conveniently access government information and digital public services.
That was the Acting Director General of the National Information Technology Agency, Nik Amarteifio, ending that report by Citi Business News' Daniel Sakite. Now, small-scale mining accounted for more than half of Ghana's gold output in 2025, as total output reached about 6 million ounces. According to the Ghana Chamber of Mines, the performance placed Ghana first in Africa and sixth globally in gold production. Speaking on Channel 1 TV's The Point of View, the Chamber's Director of Analysis, Research and Finance, Christopher Nyako, highlighted the sector's contribution to the record output.
2025 was a seminal year for a number of reasons, as far as the mining sector is concerned. One, our output hit almost 6 million ounces, and that's about the largest we have seen in our records. And it was very significant also for the fact that small scale overtook large scale mining for the very first time. This is the very first time we are seeing this in more than 100 years of mining in the country, and it has a lot of implications on the revenue side, on governance perspective as well. And in terms of export receipts, we're also seeing quite a bit of a jump in our export receipts, going all the way to around 21.3 billion USD. Of course, this has a lot of implications on our balance of payments, on the stability, flow through to inflation, and all the macroeconomic indicators that follow afterwards. And more importantly, again, is the contrast between the growth in production and how that translates into fiscal revenue, into taxes. So of the 21.32 billion that we report as export earnings, maybe gold will give you close to about 95% of this.
Christopher Nyako is the Director of Analysis, Research and Finance at the Ghana Chamber of Mines. Meanwhile, CEO of the Chamber, Engineer Kenneth Ashigbe, has warned that Ghana's growing reliance on artisanal and small-scale mining could affect future gold production as the sector invests little in systematic exploration for new deposits.
I think the first thing you would want to look at is the fact that your large-scale sector is not growing, it's declining. And then the second thing you also then would want to look at is the fact that the thing that will drive your growth is your exploration revenue. And if you're doing if you're doing the most gold in Africa, and then you look at the spend for exploration in Africa, and you're doing less than 10%, then the worry you tend to have is that even your decline of 9%, if you're not careful, what is going to happen is that you will further decline in terms of your large-scale sector. And again, when you then consider that for you, when it comes to environmental stewardship, your small-scale sector is devastating your country, and the sector that is doing a lot of the responsible mining and then providing the responsible, the sustainable jobs might get into a decline, then you're worried. Then you would also juxtapose that to some of the policy decisions, that we've taken.
That was the CEO of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, Engineer Kenneth Ashigbe. Meanwhile, The Ghana Gold Board has announced new rules for testing gold purity, with X-ray fluorescence XRF becoming mandatory from September 1, 2026. The directive, contained in a statement issued on Monday, requires all licensed buyers and aggregators to use XRF as the standard for gold purchases. Now let's go on to the interbank market this morning, and the dollar is trading at 10 cedis 94 pesos, the British pound at 14 cedis 83 pesos, and the euro at 12 cedis 67 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News. It was brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, Valex Lease, and Girl Good Energy. I am Neteli Nete Ajaho. Have a good business day.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
The original the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Good energy powers the things that people do to empower themselves. It fuels families, communities, businesses. Good energy fuels nations. It gets things going and keeps them moving. Good energy isn't just what we do, it's who we are. Goyle, good energy.
Introducing Ghana's leading pay-as-you-copy photocopier leasing company. Lease an A4, A3, heavy-duty or production machine and pay for only the copies made, or design your own payment plan. Simple and tietia. That's not all. Incredibly, toners, repairs, maintenance, follow-me printing, centralized tracking all come free of charge. Remember, financial prudence is the name of the game. Folks, forget about the expensive gimmicks and be smart. Join the hundreds of satisfied clients across all the 16 regions and every sector of the economy and save over 60% of your printing costs. Visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244-644048. Be prudent and lease a copier. Terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease is a wholly owned Ghanaian company. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Enterprise Blue FM.
Enterprise Blue FM, the bus.
You're tuned into Enterprise Blue FM. DJ E on the traffic jams. Who's the chillest man you know? Phones are open. Let's go.
DJ E, the chillest man is my neighbor, Mr. Osei. A truck bumped into his new bumper. He didn't blink, just took the picture, uploaded on Enterprise Insurance Claim Express, smiled, and drove off.
Boss move. Hello, caller.
Hello, DJ E. I know that same Mr. Osei. Like he be me, the way the truck driver go make shit, you know what be crazy? Next day, no, Mr. Osei fix the Benz.
That's right, Mr. Osei. You really are that guy.
They say Entoa, but at Enterprise Insurance, with over 100 years of experience, we say whether it's motor, home, travel, or insurance for your business, Entoa, when it happens, smile.
Enterprise, your advantage.
30 years ago, MTN arrived in Ghana, and everything changed. Now, to celebrate 30 years, we are giving back big time. The MTN at 30 promo is here. 9 Toyota Land Cruiser Prados to be won. Over 10 million Ghana cedis in rewards, plus so much more. Connect to your everyday hustle on MTN. Make video calls. Browse the internet for business with family and friends. Connect your home to MTN Fiber. Make that money move on Momo and stay ahead, because every move counts. Ghana, let's celebrate 30 years of MTN with the MTN at 30 promo. Use more MTN services, build more points, and win big. Dial *530# or visit the My MTN app for more.
The jamming never stops. The game never stops. The productivity never stops. The music never stops.
At G&J, we keep your world powered with reliable generators, solar energy, and UPS solutions, so the power never stops. Your go-to for total energy solutions, making sure you work, thrive, and live life uninterrupted. Visit our website, gjtechghana.com, or call us on 0302 689 178 or 179 or 0202 222 220. G&J, your energy partner.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
15 after 7, Natalie Tajaho brought you the business news. Grateful to MTN, EcoBank, and Girl. Gabby Affairs here with kick off. Thanks for your attention. Drivers, taxi drivers, Pragia operators, don't just complete trips and rewards along the way. With the Momo merchant account, passengers can now pay you by scanning your GHQR code by the Momo app or by using your merchant ID. Every eligible transaction brings you closer to exciting weekly and monthly rewards. Just visit any MTN branch nationwide with your registered business certificate to register for a Momo merchant account and enjoy added convenience and security for your business funds. This campaign is in partnership with GHQR, powered by Gibbs. You know how money really moves in Ghana? At EcoBank, we know it doesn't just move on payday, but every single day, connecting you to the people who matter most. EcoBank provides one seamless banking experience across 34 African countries. Our digital platforms instantly connect people, businesses, and opportunities across the entire country. So go ahead and pay bills, transfer funds, and manage your finances anytime, anywhere. Just download the EcoBank mobile app, dial star 770 hash, or use EcoBank online and our nationwide ATMs. EcoBank is the Pan-African brand. Recent floods, as you know, have left many homes reeling under the destruction, damaged homes, businesses disrupted, vehicles gone by. But Mensah doesn't have to worry about any of these. She had the right insurance cover with Enterprise Insurance. As Enterprise has flipped the script, they're inviting you to come and insure your home, car, travel, and business today with their innovative insurance solutions. So don't wait for the unexpected to catch you off guard. Enterprise Insurance is your advantage. Valex Lease Equip Limited has made document management solutions very affordable. You don't have to buy multifunctional photocopiers. You can just lease as you print, as you design. Lease an A4, A3 heavy-duty MFP with sorter, stapler, and finisher. We have a production machine. It comes with a sorter, stapler, and finisher as well. And all these come with free service and nationwide coverage. 0244 644 048. ValexLease.com. And it's a wholly Ghanaian owned company. G&J understands that some moments just should never be interrupted. No matter what it is, we keep your world powered with reliable generators, solar energy, UPS solutions, so the power never stops. G&J is your go-to for total energy solutions. gjtechghana.com. 0202-222-220. Call us now. G&J, your energy partner. Kickoff is here. Gabby Affair is here. It's brought to you by Lesheho. You're ready to power up your finances and unlock your path to financial freedom. Lesheho Fixed Deposit Solution is tailored for you. We make your money work for you. So talk to us. Join our investment revolution and take charge of your financial future. 0302-208-333. Lesheho, let's improve life. And let's say good morning to Gabby Affair.
Good morning, Caleb. You good?
Very good, thank you.
It's now Tuesday morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to kickoff. Coming up in the next 10 minutes.
After 8 years, I want to see the leadership of the FA changed, not necessarily George Free. You understand my position?
Yeah.
My position is that we've witnessed 8 years of Mr. Ketiyes Okreku's administration.
All right, so that's George Free. He's a former GFA vice president calling for a new face to lead the GFA come 2028. More from him as we progress. Also, Cameroon's indomitable Lionesses arrived home to a raucous welcome after winning the 2026 WAFCON. right, kickoff is proudly brought to you by Polytan Ghana and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I am Gabby Affair. Let's begin with the Black Queens, and Ghana's Black Queens begin the long road to the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup with a draw for the intercontinental playoffs. They are scheduled to take place later this Thursday. Now, following their early exit from the WAFCON, the Black Queens will now face a challenging playoff route with concerns also surrounding the team's welfare. Now, Ghana has one final opportunity to secure qualification for the 2027 Women's World Cup in Brazil. And the outcome of Thursday's draw will determine the path the Black Queens must navigate to earn a place at the global tournament. Citi Sports' Nik Amarteifio has the rest of the story.
The last few weeks have tested the Black Queens in almost every possible way. First came the disappointment in Morocco.
And that's it! Malawi, the rank outsiders, tournament debutants, 32nd best team theoretically in Africa, are through to the Women's World Cup. They are nicknamed the Scorchers, and they have been red hot at this tournament. They have beaten Ghana by 2-1.
But there was no time to dwell on that defeat. Ghana had to regroup and fight for another chance at the World Cup. That opportunity came against Cote d'Ivoire.
And the Ghanaian bench storms on the pitch in celebration because the Black Queens are in contention still to reach next year's Women's.
But the challenges did not end on the pitch. A public back and forth between the team and the sports ministry over alleged unpaid per diems claimed the ministry strongly rejected.
I believe that what as a ministry we are supposed to discharge, we have discharged fully. If there is anything that is outstanding, that is to do with some sponsorship that they got, which is yet to be concluded.
Now, with the footballing route ahead becoming clearer, sports journalist Rosalind Amo believes the players also have to examine their own conduct.
Of course, especially for the second statement. You are now bantering with the minister in public.
That's what's happening.
Yes, and number two, you see, it is like being at home with your parents. You are asking your parents have promised to give you something. It has not happened yet, and you go out and you tell the whole world that my parents said.
For the intercontinental players will be held at the home of FIFA. Ghana has been placed in Pot 3 alongside Ecuador. The Queens will be drawn against a team from Pot 1, Chinese Taipei or Uzbekistan, or Pot 2, Papua New Guinea. And there's one opponent Ghana cannot face at this stage, South Africa. Ghana must finish in the top 2 of the preliminary league phase scheduled for November and December. Do that, and the Queens advance to the final knockout phase in February 2027. One more victory there would be enough to send Ghana to Brazil, and that is the prize. A first Women's World Cup appearance in 20 years. The Black Queens have already survived the setbacks. Now comes the biggest test of all.
All right, so that's Nik Amarteifio with that report regarding the Black Queens. Now, FIFA's playoff draw is set for August 20 in Zurich. Ghana is in Pot 3 alongside Ecuador for that draw. And the playoffs will also run from November 24 to March 2027 with 3 World Cup spots at stake. Well, in Cameroon's indomitable Lionesses returned to Yaoundé to a massive, joyous welcome after beating Malawi 3-0 in Morocco to win their first ever Women's African Cup of Nations title. Hundreds greeted them at the airport tarmac, while thousands more lined up the capital street to celebrate their first WAFCON title. But here in Ghana, the Accra Sports Stadium has received full CAF approval to host matches in the CAF Champions League and the Confederation Cup. Now, the Barra Sports Stadium in Kumasi, however, has not been approved after falling short of CAF's infrastructure requirements. Ghana has now 2 venues available for the Continental Club competitions, with the TNA Park in Takwa also receiving Category 2 approval. Well, but some more local stories. The Ghana Football Association's 32nd Ordinary Congress will take place this Thursday, August 20, at the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence in Prom Prom. The Congress will bring together delegates to review the GFA's activities over the past year, consider its audited financial statement, and also approve key competition and administrative matters ahead of the new season. But let's start with the GFA, because former GFA Vice President George Afriye has declared that he will do everything in his power to ensure a new person emerges as the Ghana Football Association president. Efio made these comments when he discussed the state of Ghana football, leadership at the GFA, and related issues. He also stressed the need for a change after the current administration times in office since 2019.
After 8 years, I want to see the leadership of the FA changed, not necessarily George Free. You understand my position?
Yeah.
My position is that we've witnessed 8 years of Mr. Ketiyes Okreku's administration. 8 solid years. By next year, September, it will be 8 years since he took over. I am saying that Wabeyebi, very Mabeyebi, but new person must emerge to take over the FA. Not necessarily me. Me, I have not taken a decision yet. But I say that whether me or somebody else, new person must take over from the FA.
All right, so that's former GFA Vice President George Free speaking on Citi FM. Now, later today, Asante Kotoko will continue preparations for the 2026-2027 Ghana Premier League season with a pre-season friendly against Heart of Lions. Match will be played at 10 a.m. at the UG Sports Stadium. We hear from Kotoko's head coach, Eric Tinkler, on preparations so far.
Time we're looking to start building a foundation, physical foundation, leading up to the start of the league. So we really have to overcross things, start certain friendly games a lot earlier than what I would normally do in the preseason. Because as I said, we needed to assess players to see the quality that we have. And then we needed to do a lot of scouting over the past 4 weeks. Yeah. It's been pretty tough for Stanley and myself because we haven't had much sleep.
All right, so that's Kumasi Asante Kotoko's head coach, Eric Tinkler, speaking there. They are in action later today at the Eugene Stadium at 10 a.m. Now let's get to Europe, and standing by Sophia Hasley with the BBC Sports Centre with today's Premier League updates.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
Hello, I'm Sophia Hartley at the BBC Sports Centre. Barcelona have agreed a deal to sign Spain's captain Rodri from Manchester City for around £65 million. The 30-year-old, who won the Ballon d'Or in 2024, is set to join on a 4-year deal with the Spanish champions. The transfer is expected to be completed in the coming days. Rodri leaves City having won 12 major honours, including 4 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, 3 League Cups and the Champions League in 2022-2023. Well, yesterday, City lost 3-0 to Arsenal in the Community Shield final in Cardiff. They conceded a goal in the first minute of the game at the Principality Stadium, which frustrated their head coach, Enzo Maresca.
Absolutely disappointing with that, because in this kind of game the level is so similar that when you concede a goal then become difficult. But I think the reaction after the goal we conceded was quite good. We create chances.
As for Arsenal, their manager Mikel Arteta says the Gunners are determined to win the Premier League title again this season.
I think we need to be even more aggressive than last year and to show how much we want it and how daily we're going to behave to sustain the standards even higher than last year. The squad knows now how to do it, so we know what it takes, and we are very conscious of that, and we want much more.
Jeremy Jacquet scored on his Liverpool debut as they beat Serie A side Como 2-0 in a friendly at Anfield. Liverpool now have a week to prepare for the start of their Premier League campaign, which sees them face Newcastle on Sunday at St James's Park. Meanwhile, Tottenham Hotspur drew 2-2 in their friendly against Hoffenheim, which they played behind closed doors at their training ground. And for more football news from the BBC, go to bbc.com/football.
BBC Premier League update from the home of Premier League football.
All right, so that's Sophia Hasley with the BBC Sports Centre with today's Premier League updates. Let's stay with the EPL, and it's starting off from Chelsea's doorsteps because Todd Boehly and Mark Walter have held talks about selling their shares in Chelsea to Clearlake Capital. Now, Clearlake currently owns 61.5% of the club, while Boehly and Walter and Hans Jorvis each own an 8% stake. Clearlake, under the leadership of Baghdad Ekbali and Jose Feliciano, will effectively run the club through Boehly, who is the chairman. But Raith Al-Samari of the Daily Mail has more details.
It's been a very uneasy alliance almost from the get-go. There have been
there have been some pretty notable sort of differences in opinion. Of itself, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I always go back to one of the sort of turning points of Pochettino leaving. You know, all the information we had was that Burley wanted him to stay. Clear Lake were on the other side of that, and that's a fairly sort of big one for an ownership group not to be agreeing on. I actually think this will be a positive thing for Chelsea. He's an unpopular figure. I'm not necessarily sure either of them are particularly loved locally anyway, but
all right, so that's Roth Al Samarai of the Daily Mail with that update on Chelsea. To some more transfer news, and United captain Bruno Fernandes is not for sale at any price despite interest from Galatasaray. On the part of Manchester City, midfielder Rodri also arrived in Barcelona last night ahead of the 65.4 million move to the Catalan Giants. On the part of Everton boss David Moyes, he says he still wants to make quite a few signings, with the club wanting to do an awful lot more in the transfer business. But that's the very latest in the world of sport. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports GHA. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Politan Ghana and Lachelle. Let's improve life. I'm Gabby Ofair. Enjoy the rest of your day. Did take care and bye-bye.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, we improve your life.
You can't tell what your baby will become or what his interest will be. You can provide your growing babies with yummy goodness. Vita is a delicious cereal for your baby. Oh yeah, other ones love it too. Vita is filled with yummy goodness for growing babies and is available in other yummy variants. Vita, a delicious way to grow. This advert is FDA approved.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Why, baby? My Mr. Enra, my boyfriend, I could see a boy star 959 hash. I want your phone. So, Anita, I don't doggy park. Oh, one swap. I was here, answer about number one. I am wondering now. And then there was so yummy show, Papa. Mamma, the toss on a short, sexy dress. No, no, Mrs. Samiti. Now, me yummy nails. No, so come on. Me fauba. Make a do some small 1 to 1 2 rounds. Me and some dream. No, chia. Hey, no, so he for order. So, Chinese. Any wine, Papa B. And they mean this, I check. Hey, Anita. Now, some when you hear TV, Bino. I also sound. Not to prepared. Let me chilly is in. I never feel sweat like that. See, fine girl.
Hey, Anita.
Jesus.
Baby, I will do no Jinawa. Mr. Remember, dial star 959 hash. Oh, iPhone up on tomorrow. No one can say
Sister, next time, cut it call what? Dial star 959 hash. And I'll call 590mobile.com.gh. Not to be 590 mobile. Head down some.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. Life changes and your financial records should too. If you have pensions, investments, or insurance, review your beneficiaries. Marriage, children, family changes all matter. At Petra, We care about your future and people you care about. Wise planning includes the details many people overlook. Let's do life together. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Driver, can I send Momo to your personal number?
Oh, sister, debut. Just scan my GHQR code or send to my merchant ID.
Oh, okay.
Nice one. Customer. And thank you for the 5 stars too.
Of course. You've given me good service and an even simpler way to pay. I like your movement, Pan.
Online drivers and Pragia drivers. Every fare you collect with Momo moves you up the leaderboard and closer to amazing prizes. Register at any MTN office with your registered business certificate and sign up to become a Momo merchant driver today. Ride all the way with Momo. Terms and conditions apply.
Come, let's go to the market. We have to buy everything for you before you go to SHS.
Mommy, please, all that stress, going around the market and carrying heavy things. Oh, my friends will see me sweating like this. They have already registered for their EduPack. I don't want to be left out.
Registered for EduPack?
Yes, EduPack, a Ghana Education Service approved and supported initiative for all first years going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All the trunk, mattress, pillow, and plastic chop box are already waiting for your child at school.
Daddy, so what do we do?
We shall register you by dialing *713*821#, following the prompts. Or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
Go day, say a party, mini me a chomo, chilling with friends, mini me a chomo, take chuck your hunger, mini me a chomo, break time please, mini me a chomo, mini me a chomo, mini me a chomo, mini me a chomo, come and taste the fun, mini me a chomo, mini me a chomo, mini me a chomo, come and taste the fun. For the laughter, mini mini, mini mini a chomo. All the parties, mini mini, mini mini a chomo. Let's go dancing, mini mini, mini mini a chomo. Taste the fun, mini mini, mini mini a chomo.
This advert is FDA approved.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
My mother once told me, if you carry pots to the riverside, you run the risk of breaking them. Pots are broken by the living. Everyone makes a mistake at some point in his life. Mistakes by themselves are not tragic. The real tragedy is staying down. After falling down from one, you've got to get up and fight. If you fall a million times, rise and fight a billion times. Oh, only cowards sleep where they fall. Fall a million times. Rise and fight.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.5.
Fall a million times. Oh, rise and fight a billion times. Oh, only cowards
7:40 on the Citi Breakfast Show. Today happens to be the birthday of Lady Pastor Reverend Gladys Deseu of the Kodesh Family Church, Dobro, Ayebi. She also doubles as a midwife at the Trust Hospital, Osu. May the blessings of Deuteronomy 28:3-13 come to pass in her new age. We love you, Lady Rev, coming in from Godson Tenge of Ajen Kotoku. Lady Pastor Reverend Gladys Deseu of the Kodesh Family Church, Dobro. A glorious birthday to a conscious man of God, Elder Samson Nane Jeamuako. Celebrate you on your 40th birthday. Your life story is a testament of grace to pure grace. God bless your new chapter, Elder Nana Jeamuako of the Church of Pentecost, Peniel Assembly, Latebia Okoshi District. From Elder Dodonu Samuel Elikem, CEO of Kanjin and Yagic Water. So that's Elder Nane Jiamwaku, Church of Pentecost Peniel Assembly. Happy birthday to Mrs. Abigail Opoku Jemfi, aka Abigail Mo of ADB headquarters. From your husband, your children, Millie, and the YNWA family Ghana. We love you, Abigail Opoku Jemfi.
A billion times. Oh, only cowards sleep where they fall a million times. Oh, rise and fight a billion times.
And if you do business with China, you know that making payment isn't always that straightforward. For importers, every delay can hold up shipments and slow down sales. Individuals paying school fees, medical expenses, or supporting loved ones in China, the process can be longer and more complicated than it needs to be. So Stanbic Bank, in partnership with Industrial Commercial Bank of China, has introduced SIPS, a faster, secure, and cheaper way to make payments to China. With SIPS, you can pay in Ghana cedis while the recipient collects the Chinese yuan directly. This way, you save money and time. Trade with China, pay faster. Visit your nearest Stanbic Bank branch or speak to your relationship manager today. Talk to us on 0302-815-789. The Ghana Exim Bank and North Shore Apparel Ghana are presenting the official opening of Phase 1 of the North Shore Apparel Hub, a wholly Ghanaian-owned apparel manufacturing enterprise operating with the 24-hour economy initiative and located at Sabelugu. This event was on 28th August at the North Shore Apparel Hub near Tamale Airport. His Excellency the President will perform the official opening, assisted by her Minister for Trade, Honorable Elizabeth Ofusue Jare, and the CEO of the Ghana Exim Bank, Sylvester Adina-Mensah. Your customer has not paid yet, but your business still has bills to pay. Don't let unpaid invoices slow down your business. With Societe Generale Ghana's factoring and invoice discounting solutions, you can get up to 80% of your invoice value upfront while we follow up with your client for payment on your behalf. That means better cash flow and less time chasing payments. Let's keep your business moving. Visit any SG Ghana branch or call 0302-214-314. Visit any SG Ghana branch or call 0302-213-214. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
But when you do, remember to get up and fight. If you fall a million times.
Get a Techno Camon 5. It's the new phone in the system. The Camon Slim has many features included. Techno AI, bringing you mind-blowing tools like AI to image video generator, noise cancellation, and your own AI health coach. You also get a massive 5600 mAh dual battery with 60-watt fast charging packed inside a tough water-resistant body. If you're ready to upgrade, head to any Techno exclusive store nationwide today. Grab yours and step into the future with Techno. And Yamvita is making feeding time with baby easy and rich with 16 essential vitamins and minerals. You only need to add previously boiled water. 3 variants: wheat, rice, maize, for an amazing price of 5 Cedi 50 pesos. This is real value for money. Affordable, nutritious, and convenient. This advert is FDA approved. Talking of FDA, the Ghanaian Times this morning has a very important story about some observations they've made in relation to complaints about artificially ripened food. We'll give you that story shortly. But I want to take you to Lucky Dube.
I knew exactly what you were going get us close to where Mama, this man you got married to, he is dead or alive. Over the years I ask myself many questions. Is he my real dad, or was I adopted? Mama, I know it's difficult for you, but hold on, I am a little grown up now. Hold on, just a little bit longer now. Hold on, just a little bit longer now. Hold on, just a little bit longer now.
And good morning, CBS. Happy birthday to Mr. Samuel Attah-Mensah. May you cross 80 with ease. From Rhoda, Ruben, Jake, and your wife Sabina, we love you. Lucky we always makes the morning better. Now, I'm looking forward to seeing a few companies at This is Ghana. And sometimes it's not the ability to buy, because the companies are many, so you can't buy everything. But it's good to mark something down that you can buy later. It's good to mark something down that you can buy later. So, for example, this company called House of Lush, and the house is spelled Haus. House of Lush. Guess what they do? And I mentioned anyone from the guess what they do?
Grass. Are they into perfume?
No, you are wrong. It's a carpet.
Perfume.
No.
Perfume.
Not perfume.
Scents.
Clothes.
Flowers.
Cosmetics.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wait. They do soap.
Okay.
Whipped butter.
Yeah.
Which is cosmetics.
Yeah, man.
Serums.
Okay, man.
Which I don't know what it is. Serum.
It's like for your skin.
And then bath accessories.
Okay, man.
So House of Lush, they do soap, whipped butter. Whipped butter could be maybe the base for cocoa butter that you can use to do your own thing, I guess. Serum is like for you said for skin, right? And then bath accessory. What does bath accessory mean? Like, is it bathroom or bath?
Charlie.
They did dry.
I'm thinking this. Maybe they should.
No, it's bath. Bath accessory means what goes to bath.
Your
soaps and things. Shampoo, gels.
These days they have a way of making the local sponge look really nice. They tie a ribbon on it and they add it to the soap and all that.
Okay, let me go. There's a company called Minsap Ventures.
Minsap.
MINSSAP
Like
Ventures.
They drink. Sobolo. Misab ni adie.
No. Minsap Ventures.
Minsap Ventures.
Yes.
But
it's food. Snacks. Not really.
Hey. Wood. Minsap.
No.
Minsap. Cosmetics.
Cosmetics is too broad.
Roll on.
No, so they do baobab oil, baobab powder, moringa oil, black seed oil,
moringa oil,
hair oil, etc.
Wow.
So you see, it wasn't. It's the sap. The sap not to be actually. So minsap. So maybe min could be baobab in some language.
Okay.
I don't know. So Minsap Ventures do baobab oil, baobab powder, moringa oil, black seed oil, hair oil, etc. So that's Minsap Ventures. Now I'm going to give you another one. Miliorate. MILLIO. No, these are Ghanaian names. Miliorate. They make fruit juice. No, Miliorate. Today you are off. Today you didn't say.
No, the company names do.
Miliorate.
Sap has no sap. Red has no lemonade.
The first one I gave you, they do bath accessories, Lush and cocoa butter. This guy is Miliorate. I haven't mentioned Miliorate yet. The second one I mentioned, Minsap, they do the baobabs.
The baobabs, yes.
Now Miliorate,
they don't do juice. Okay, Bernard, tell us which part of the country the business is based. Then they will give us.
Oh wow, that one I need.
Oh, so bad.
No, that one I need. Assistance from Fremont.
Okay, that's fair.
So Miliorate, they do Ghana made gin.
Hey,
as in soda B.
Palm oil.
I was getting close.
Honey
and Ghana rice.
So
let's do it. So you do Ghana rice.
Yes.
Honey.
Yes.
Palm oil
and soda B.
And Ghana made
Thank you.
Ghana
international soda B. I didn't be wrong. Okay, another one.
NAPTA Ghana Limited.
NAPTA.
Like
spell the NAPTA.
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 NAPTA Ghana Limited.
They print books.
Today, she said,
I have to check.
No, NAPTA.
Hardware.
No.
Kaka is dodging the thing.
NAPTA.
I'm thinking about it.
She's trying to figure out why a person will call a company NAPTA.
NAPTA. They make juice.
No. She said today they everything you do. So they do natural spices.
Okay.
Dry products, seeds and nuts.
Oh, I see.
NAPTA. I tell you. NAPTA. They do natural spices, dry products, seeds and nuts. I said, you lost crap.
We must interview the owners before we do the program.
Okay, let me give you a quick one. This one is easy. Lion's Mane Organics.
Lion's Mane
Organics.
Herbal medicine.
No. So it's more of supplements. They'll have like the ashwagandhas and the lion mane and the boba giko biloba or something. Those kind of.
Actually, you are making it complex. Lion Mane Organics. They simply do hair oil, hair cream, hair food, shampoo, and conditioner.
I said shampoo.
I think that the idea that lion's mane is like a lot of hair.
Okay.
So Lion Mane Organics. So they use organic. So they use hair oil, which is organic, hair cream, hair food. So a lot of the women who don't want to use they want natural hair like you. So you may want to go to the hair Lion's Mane Organics because you don't like.
Please give me the name again.
Wow.
Lion's Mane Organics.
Lion's Mane Organics. I'll just give you last chance.
This one there, if you don't get it, I'll send you back to.
Tell me back to that one. Last chance.
Jemima Boafo Enterprise.
Okay, I'll try.
With the unyapa. If you get
again,
yes, Jemima Boafo Enterprise.
Choba. Choba.
Actually, you are right. Channel is in our they will do a talk. Ogo and perceive a pinching. You know what that is? Potom. Jemima Boafo is Choma. You know what to do.
Auntie Jemima, you know what to do.
Let me do one more. Let me do Tinaglo Enterprise.
Hey, Tinaglo.
Tinaglo Enterprise.
Tinaglo, their skincare, you know.
Because the answer is
Cookie Kaufman.
Tinaglo Enterprise.
Tinaglo.
You know why I like Tinaglo? Fabric softener.
Oh.
You know, we are teaching the young people in our house how to wash.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes the person washes and then you see that there's still the stain in it.
Yeah.
And these days we don't have blue. You know the thing they call blue. So Tinaglo has fabric softener.
Okay.
They also have hair shampoo, conditioner, oil pomade, and then they also have liquid soap and toilet cleaner. So I'm looking more at the cleanliness part, the toilet cleaner, the liquid soap, and then the fabric softener. I'm interested in knowing what they use to make the fabric softener.
Yeah, okay.
Because sometimes when you are washing certain kinds of things, you need a softener.
Yeah.
By the way, do they still sell blue?
Oh, blue still exists. It's a market for those who still are very much into it. I remember a story of, those days when we were much younger. So there was this Navy officer from our place. So asked the daughter to, wash they are white, and put blue and starch in it.
Thank you.
Charlie. No, the girl didn't understand the instructions and how to use the blue. And
so they wanted to dye the dress. So the white became blue. What's the standard finish for the blue?
Charlie, when he add the starch, what the team do like Kunku?
Okay, now I want to give you a couple more. Vondi World. Vondi World.
Yeah.
They were
hardware.
They were there last year, right?
I think so.
They've been to hardware.
No, you're off. Vondi where?
Oh, clothes.
Where?
Clothes.
Where?
Clothes.
Okay.
No, Vondi World. I said Vondi World, but it's where? So African print, bags, dresses, fugu, batakari for men and women.
Oh, beautiful.
So Vondi where? There's a very interesting company doing they sell only one thing.
Okay.
They are called Bafting Shop.
Bafting.
Shop. BUFF-TING shop.
Bafting.
Bafting shop.
Like grey baft or something.
That's what I also thought. But it's BUFFTING.
Oh,
Bafting.
BUFF.
The history behind some of these things, you have to uncover it.
Apparently, they do a bath sponge.
As in Pucha.
I tell you. So I think, I haven't seen it. But it definitely has to be local.
As in the one that, there's
there's one that you can put your hand in like a glove.
Okay.
But they use the natural.
They sew it together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's
it's not the one. It's not like
the one that you can tear apart. Like
there's this organic one.
Yes, the organic one. That's what I'm saying.
That one you do it falls small.
But there's one organic one they've done.
But there's the net which we use more.
No, the net. There's a natural one. It's a plant.
Yes,
okay.
So it's a plant.
It's got seeds in it.
So they turn it inside out. So you can put your hand in it and pour the soap on it.
So that one doesn't come apart. So that one is like your plastic sponge.
It's a natural sponge. Yesterday I was talking to you about food. I wish a company would brand the ahaban that we used to buy wache.
Yeah.
If I see a company like that, it would be good to promote them because I don't think it's healthy to be selling red and wache in plastic bags. If you can sell it in the natural ahaban, that plant, what's it called?
I don't remember. See, I know it's something, but they grow it a lot in the northern part of the Volta.
I think we should standardize it. I think it's a very organic, it's healthy.
Very good. If you go to Jamrock, she serves her banku and other things in that.
Yeah. There are some little things we can do in Ghana that will solve a lot of problems. Because that plant, I don't think it has any wrong chemicals for you when you eat food in it.
Oh, I mean, the people have been using. I think recently there's this lady from the Volta region, Gloria Nunana Peto, went to the part of the Volta region where it's cultivated in arguably commercial quantities. And photographs beautiful. They pluck it, and it's a whole business.
Let me mention some natural some companies that you know now. So Air Naturals.
Air Naturals, yes.
That's hair products.
Yes, Air Naturals. Agro Kings Limited.
Oh yeah, rice,
Nana rice.
Yes, they say they have rice, dingo cereal, and cashew products.
They have cashew products. Excellent.
Then the Center for Plant Medicine.
Oh yes, they have all these honey and all of these things.
So the thing about this is Ghana is that it's not just commercial entities, but there's also research.
I like their honey. They be correct. A lot of the honey packets, bottles you find in the market are adulterated in one way or the other. But when I tried theirs, it was on point. And I got a number of the bottles, and they've lasted very well.
Yeah, but I met someone yesterday who says he will appropriate some for me to come in.
Okay, let me give you another one. Modekaya Farms.
Of course, it will be food products.
No, what's food?
Okay, so I'm sure you find tomatoes there.
No.
Rice.
No.
Oh, how?
Yam.
Packaged oven dried curled catfish. And packaged oven dried sliced catfish.
Oh, I see.
Modekaya Farms.
They
are into.
I see.
This one there is difficult. Number 7 Solutions.
Number 7 Solutions.
Yes.
That's the name of the company.
Yes.
Number 7 Solutions.
Number 7 solution.
Are they mixing something there?
They do computer software.
Oh, I see. Number 7 solutions.
All right, so this is Ghana is happening in the last weekend of August.
But I think going forward, I mean, people who are setting up their companies, I understand that there are some, they do have some good reasons why they sometimes give these names.
Yes.
But I think a lot more consultancy would have to, or consultation should go on with brand imaging experts, so that they can fine tune the names to set them. Yeah, you know, as if say.
Okay, but this one, you know, Fragroma.
Yeah. Mama
Yes. They are always representing. Yeah, they are wearing one of their things.
Sharp.
You know Caveman watches too?
Yes.
I like the way the brand has grown.
They do Gaporokwi. And for some reason, the man hasn't brought me my Gaporokwi. He says he was bringing it. So tell him, your friend.
It's a good morning.
So you need your...
Yes, my Gaporokwi.
But they say the plant you are talking about is called Katemfi plant.
For is it for the food or for the sponge?
The sponge.
Okay.
Katemfi. Katemfe.
So there are a lot more companies coming in. So this is Ghana.
It's actually for the food
processing.
So this is Ghana is happening the last weekend of August. And it's happening at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park.
Yeah, man.
It's a whole day's event. And the companies I mentioned are just a few of the many companies. You come and meet a wide array from clothing to cosmetics to scientific inventions and different kind of household accessories all being sold. Even car companies are coming to exhibit at This is Ghana as well. There's our new trade fair happening at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park, 29th and 30th August, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. So we invite you to be there. Time for tech and social media trends. And who do we have in the house?
Edwin Kofi joins us in the house. Adrian Kwakovi, good morning.
Hello, Caleb. Good morning to you, and good morning to everyone on the panel. We start off with a story you brought to us in the newspaper review about from the police service, who have denied issuing a statement or any communique on the use of AirPods or earbuds or earpieces while you're driving being banned. The police say that communique is not from them. And that they are working to track down whoever circulated that to that's information without their consent.
In fact, when I saw the notice, it looked fake because it's not typical of how the police
would communicate.
Exactly, the kind of
like
format they use to communicate to the general public was very different this time around. So I'm glad the police have swiftly responded to that false information.
However, they do warn motorists that any activity that results in you being distracted while you are on the road, while you are behind the steering wheel, would result in you being arrested and facing justice, because it's very dangerous, as we know. So that's some public information too.
Well noted.
But what are they doing then about vehicles that are coming in these days with movie screens directly on the dashboard?
Some very wide screens.
Which the drivers sometimes watch and their passengers watch. I don't know whether the law has developed to that extent, or whether they will interpret, distraction to include some of these things. But at the end of the day, we have to also treat some of these problems at the source. As in at the point of export and at the points of entry. Those two, areas are very, very critical.
This is a classic situation of innovation going ahead of regulation.
Exactly.
So I'm sure that space will be looked at in good time.
Okay, so let's stay in Ghana for the second story. And Sammy Jamefi Gold Board are trending very heavily because the CEO of the Ghana Gold Board has been defending the company's operations. We heard earlier from the minority leader and many other members of the minority that the Gold Board is raking in losses since it started operations. And he went on to X or Twitter to defend the company's operations, saying that for the year ended 31st December 2025, they had an operational surplus or profit of 907 million cedis and an overall surplus of 5.4 billion Ghana cedis. But it's not the numbers that people are talking about. It's the statement before, and I'm going to read it so that there's no paraphrasing here. The blatant lie being persistently peddled by Attah-Mensah that the Gold Board has made losses is only a figment of his hallucinatory imagination. What a joke of a minority leader he is. Yes, those were the comments that he made on X, and obviously that has not gone down well with supporters of the MPP, of the minority, of Attah-Mensah, and generally audiences or the public who saw the statement, because it's very, very insulting to a senior official, and anybody who as such a statement is made of, it's very, very insulting to him. And people are saying that they expect a little better from
much more,
from the CEO of Gold Board, from the communications director of the NEC. You may not support or agree with certain things, but to resort to,
you need to elevate the conversation,
exactly, which is what people are saying online. So that's a huge conversation as well.
Okay.
Now something on the light-hearted note, Moogies is trending.
Moogies
of R2B's.
It's Moogies. The streets are here. Moogies,
yeah, that's what they're
saying. Okay, why is it trending?
Yeah, he's trending because people are there was a question posed about who would you rather have on a chorus for a rap song. The options were included King Promise, included Kiki.
Promise is good. King Promise,
he's good as well.
Have they gone to book back?
Okay,
Bright.
Yes.
Okay.
Bright.
Yes, these days King Paluta is shouts.
Paluta.
No. I'm saying these days Paluta. I mean, Moogies is the standard.
Yes.
But I'm saying Paluta.
Yeah,
but I'm saying Paluta is a certified.
No, I think you should say Bright is the standard.
Okay. Right now, Charlie Moogies.
No, Bright. Charlie, no. Bright.
What are some of the songs he's done that will bring into memory for many people who are lost? Anything comes to mind now?
It's over.
It's over. They make it. I think
No, there's some love in his voice.
They believe it.
There are also mentions for Castro as well.
Castro.
Amazing for Castro.
Great. Castro. Unfortunately, we didn't really realize his full potential.
Yes, we didn't get enough of him before he was taken away from us.
Interesting.
Charlie,
Castro is good.
Okay, so let's move on to some tech news. And Apple is in the news. We've been talking about consent and privacy and data recently. They are in the news because a court has ruled that Apple will have to change the rules governing how app developers can use personal data for targeted advertising on iPads.
Data for targeted advertising on iPads.
On iPads, because they say that Apple favors its own apps over third-party apps whenever it is, directing personal data to advertisers. So the court has ruled that Apple will have to change that. They have I believe 4 months to comply, and there will be a supervisor who will observe how they are able to change all of this and ensure that it's made a fairer process. The process for taking people's data is very well observed and is made fairer to ensure that people are protected in all of this. So Apple is in the news as well.
All right.
I think personal data issues are very important matters. Lots of the times we are in signing on to some of these platforms. We don't read the fine print as in the electronic print. It's a lot of things. We read too much, so you just.
Has anyone ever been able to read all that?
That's the problem. That's why I sometimes struggle with it. And then, so you are just clicking away. As you do that, because you have not read it, the details are sometimes in the fine print. That you are authorizing them in some cases.
Usage of some of the
to have, to transfer the data to other people as and when there are people they cooperate with and all of that. And in the process, you are giving that access which ordinarily you shouldn't have given. So maybe if we take the time to actually read the details, would actually prevent some of these things. But some of
those conditions are also such that if you don't accept it, you're unable to use it.
Yeah, exactly. So then you don't use it. Because some of the things they sometimes send you, very, very annoying. Things that should ordinarily have nothing to do with you. But because you fall in, say, a certain race category or age category or a certain profession, they are throwing those at you. And then you decide what to do with them. So it's a big matter out there. We are not doing so much locally to protect data. So wait.
Yeah, simple.
If I become a millionaire, I will put a huge billboard right next to my ex's house saying, look at me now, I hate it.
As for me, I'm quitting my job in Star. I hate it.
Telecel is making millionaires this season. Not one, not two, but 3 millionaires. Each month, one lucky Telecel customer wins 1 million Ghana cedis for the next 3 months in the Telecel Mahetse promo. Plus, you still get to win 20,000 Ghana cedis weekly, 100 Ghana cedis daily, bundle 10 Ghana cedis, time or data. Top up your Telecel cash wallet or your fixed broadband to stand a chance of winning. Visit the Telecel Play app or dial star 500 hash to opt in for free into the Telecel Mahetse promo.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Stand big, man, experience more.
Doing business, making payments, supporting loved ones in China should bring peace of mind. Not waiting. Waiting for your supplier to confirm payment. Waiting for school fees to arrive. Waiting. Introducing SIPS by Stanbic in partnership with ICBC, a faster, simpler way to send and receive money directly between Ghana and China. Pay in Ghana cedis while your recipient receives Chinese yuan and vice versa. With SIPS by Stanbic, you enjoy faster payment confirmation and greater certainty every step of the way. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh/SIPS for more. Stanbic Bank, we are your bank, connected to China. Stanbic Bank, driving Ghana's growth.
Before, paying my supplier in Guangzhou be wahala. Forest Bureau, bad rates. Part of your profits just vanishes like that.
Transaction declined. Hotel booking declined. Hey! Even a small candle I'm purchasing online. And also,
I'm still counting peso exchange at checkout. Scared to carry cash at night.
Union Pay got you covered. Yes, Union Pay.
Direct payment to China. No middleman. Profit stays in my business.
Online shopping, subscriptions, travel bookings. No wahala.
Supermarket, fuel, school fees, works every time.
Union Pay, accepted in 183 countries and regions. Works where your life works for traders, dreamers, and everyday Ghanaians alike. Visit your bank today. Ask for your Union Pay card. Union Pay, your way.
I've got Inshura's milk. Check. I've got her Cerelac. Check. Okay, Inshura. Let's do this. 2 grains, wheat and maize, smooth and creamy, prepared by adding the milk I choose. Cerelac wheat and maize, the care you trust with the flexibility you need. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Tell us how you need that. Enterprise life, abla bumi yanko. Wash us and then if you be blame, why you be that? May you know, and I like how I am cool, bravo. Obviously,
Chiano, or remedy the sick of Fiano. Now will be our enterprise life on Shishema. It's to tell us all you want, tell us all you need. Insurance to your doorstep, your preference, your advantage. Tell us how you want it.
Enterprise Life. 25 years strong, rooted in love, driven by you. Defining the future together.
Enterprise, your advantage.
Looking for everything made in Ghana, all in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors, including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creatives, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, MTN, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
Guy, when I hear the engine make that vroom, it drive me crazy.
Oh no, bro. This is my love language with physical touch. I mean, touching the smooth car leather seat, correct sound system, AC freezing me like sachet water. Now me just have it with my passenger princess.
Charlie, that be why we can't miss the Absa Auto Fair. You fit test drive and Absa Bank get affordable finance options to help you own your dream car.
Yeah.
Join us for the Absa Auto Fair on Saturday 22nd and Sunday 23rd August at Good Park, Accra Mall. Come for affordable finance options from Absa Bank, special discounts and offers from your favorite automobile brands, plus insurance and auto accessory exhibitors. Want to showcase your brand? WhatsApp 0541 361 237 to book your exhibition space today. The Absa Auto Fair is powered by Absa Bank in partnership with Citi FM and Holland Insurance. The Absa Auto Fair is calling. Will you answer?
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of radio. This is City
97.3. So this is the song.
No, that be chorus. Gift Life was, this job form. And then, Bright and all these people were doing their thing. Meeting later years to do this one. With Sako there, Charlie, dope.
No,
so Bright all the time for me.
There's another one. I see my girl, I want my way. I think I like her. This is the one I give her. I think
But the group, one person passed on
Charlie,
to glory, but the other guy, Charlie, these guys were
and then VIP, Charlie, VIP was something else.
Yeah,
they had so much power.
Yes.
When we used to do, we used to call it December to Remember. When they come, the atmosphere would change.
From here and some
is that lazy?
Charlie, no, the people were deadly.
VIP.
Let me pay some bills alongside, right? Moving your money forward shouldn't be a struggle. Whether you're running a growing business, working hard in the private sector, or waiting on that end of month salary, we all need a financial partner we can actually count on. Blue Financial Services Ghana Limited, Blue Ghana, is the solution. We facilitate quick and reliable loans to enable you meet unexpected opportunities or scale up your operations. So download the Blue iFinance app, sign up with your Ghana card and apply instantly. It's secure, transparent and completely digital. And if you're looking to build real wealth, secure your future with Blue's highly competitive fixed deposits. You will enjoy total peace of mind with an ISO certified Bank of Ghana regulated institution with 15 years of proven excellence and security. WhatsApp at 050-160-9958. Blue FSGH is our social trust in Blue. PPA Electricals offers 100% genuine electrical products from top global brands and up to 5-year warranties for home, commercial and industrial needs. Enjoy August discounts and a chance to win a free generator at their branches or online. T's and C's apply. Our products range from distribution boards, circuit breakers, solar cables, AVRs, Huawei solar packages, smart home DIY items, and on and on. We have trusted brands in stock as well. So visit us at Pintex Upper Square, North Industrial Area, Kaswa of Town, Ayarifa, Afienya Mataeko, Doenya Community 25, store.automationgghana.com is where you shop online. Call us 050-349-8181. PPA Electricals, genuine products, expert support, guaranteed quality. So Cowbank's Abakede promo gives you the chance to win 5,000 cedis monthly or 100,000 Ghana cedis at the grand draw by depositing 500 cedis or more from August 1 to October 31 this year. 5 winners will receive 5,000 Ghana cedis cash every month, and 1 active customer will win 100,000 Ghana cedis cash in the grand draw. So this deposit 500 cedis or more. Stay fully active. The more you deposit, the better your chances of winning. Use the Cowbank app or use USSD via mobile money, deposit money, or visit any of our branches or agents. You can also use any of our cash accepting ATMs. Cowbank, forward together. In a minute, we'll be turning our attention to the FDA publication in the Ghanaian Times on what some call food fraud. Oh yeah. But did you know that the mattress you sleep on can affect your health, comfort, and productivity? Many cheap mattresses are made of low quality. It leads to discomfort, poor sleep, unnecessary replacement costs. But choose quality, choose comfort, choose durability. We've done this for close to 6 decades. Latest Foam. Charlie, we are your trusted mattress brand, providing you with certified quality, unmatched comfort for homes and across the country. You wake up, your neck is paining you. Sisi ujonku nad. No, latest Foam. Yenya the mad.
Jonku was joint.
Ujonku was joint. Latest Foam, our showrooms here all over the country. Latest from Ghana.com. Visit our place and shop. Pepper.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Where joint, where it meets.
Joint, pepper. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting.
How do you say joint in Ghana?
Oh no, I've not been taught that one yet.
How do you say joint in Ghana? Because you live in Dansoman. You know the native language of football in Accra is Ga. So most footballers speak Ga. So if you're a proper footballer who cannot speak Ga, they cannot. That's always. In fact, the Black Stars when they meet, they speak Ga. Because a lot of our good footballers come from. If you watch the football program we do, Choco, Teshi, parts of Tema. Madina is one of the few places non-Ga where footballers are produced in Accra. But a lot of our good footballers, all the Zongos, they speak Ga there. So what is joint in Ga?
It looks like the joint, you have to be specific.
I'm talking about joint as a place you go.
I know.
I'm talking about your joint.
Because on I can see always there.
Okay.
Your this one is jumbo.
No, I'm not talking of knee. I'm talking about joints.
Which of the joints?
No. There's a concept called your joints.
Yes, but Ghana we are very, very specific to the core, to the matter.
Because jonku is joint, right?
Jonku.
But in our joint is pepper.
Yeah, pepper is just why not?
Yes, where the two things meet.
So every joint is okay. Then assume that in Ghana to every joint is jumbo.
No. I will accept this. I will accept this. I'll get it. Somebody will send it over.
And they said Ghana is Ogbo. Ogboo.
Ogbo.
Ogbon. Ogbon.
Oh, okay.
I see.
Ogbon.
Yeah, Ogbon.
Someone to say Pehe.
No, that's not joint. Pehe is a meeting place.
Ogbon is not joint.
What's Ogbon?
My girl teacher is giving me filler.
Someone to say Talo.
I'm getting
Talo.
It's because the knee is canto.
Oh,
so there's a difference between the jumbo and the canto.
Wait, I've got.
It's what?
It's
Ogbon. That's Perez music. Ogbon.
If it's Perez,
your teacher. Teacher Perez, you have to meet at the bank.
Ogbon. I see.
Yes.
So how do you say my joint is paining me?
But he's a Dansoman guy.
Yeah, Ogbon wow.
So you see, the Dansoman people have solved the problem for you.
Yes, you needed a Dansoman.
Yeah, he's a Dansoman man.
That'd be all.
Anyway, let's move on.
Perez, you do everything.
Bernard, if I may, I beg you, before you do that. So over the past couple of weeks, we've read headlines that have alarmed the Maslock boss. Yeah,
so it's an old Maslock boss.
Yeah. But it is about a new one. I think the newspapers continue to run stories, suggestions, which gives all kinds of misleading impressions, including trying to connect to the old one. But this particular one has to do with her role currently. She wants to contest for a role in the NDC. And somehow the party's arrangement is that you should leave your position if you occupy any of those positions in order to...
You need a cooling off period.
Exactly.
6 months.
To contest. And they cite the general position that if you are chief executive of these established institutions under the law, you should leave those offices. Her explanation is that the media houses are on a campaign and are getting it wrong because she is not, strictly speaking, a chief executive within the meaning of how these laws establish the institutions.
Like a public enterprise?
Exactly. She is a staffer at the office of the president.
She's a staffer.
Exactly. So she's a presidential staffer. So not appointed under, say, for instance, the established National Health Insurance Authority and these other institutions.
So not vetted by Public Services Commission.
Exactly. So these ones fall outside.
So she believes that her role is different.
Exactly.
And treated differently.
Exactly. So the media houses who...
Maybe it's the politics of the time. Maybe the people who see her as a threat are also
actually
pushing a story for that angle. So you wanted to bring her side.
Yeah, that's because we have read these headlines repeatedly, and it's getting out of hand. So let's correct that impression.
We'll do that. We'll do that. Since we've solved the joint problem, we can solve the problem.
We can move to other joints.
It's Ogbon. Ogbon how now?
Ogbon Wahi.
Okay, Ogbon Wahi.
Okay. Let me go to other joints.
I mean, somebody's nickname right now. You keep nickname for the food. Let's say, from today you are called Ogbon.
Kalema, we have got one name, bro.
I tell you.
But you know Aklito.
What's that? What's that? Focus on your work. Don't mind this guy.
No, Aklito is the side of this side.
This guy is okay. If you are into
yes, that's Aklito.
Is it your hips?
Yes, the hips area. That area is your Aklito.
Okay, so the part that you hit.
Yes, Aklito.
Okay,
yeah.
Aklito.
So open and okay.
No.
And now open.
That's not what he's referring to.
Aklito.
So why are you bringing this up?
No, it's important, Bernard. You see, it's important. Look, we are not teaching the people. Look, when my people come, I say what you want to say, because we are not learning the thing.
I think I should use that method. So if they ask for anything, they should say it.
They never say it, you never.
Hey, then no struggle because it is they want. Very difficult.
Be serious.
I say I want PlayStation.
PlayStation, so you have to find the name for it.
I think I need to adopt this approach.
Anyway, if you are into construction, mining, manufacturing, or oil and gas, talk to 7-Eleven Baseline Boats and Nuts. They have the premium boats, nuts washers, anchor boats, stud boats, U-boats, and more that are manufactured right here in Ghana. In fact, they provide advanced coating and surface treatment. They have everything you need. They are made of high quality, they are manufactured with speed, and they are made stronger. So call 0557-126-501. Now, are you looking for a world-class university experience for your child right here in Ghana? Lancaster University Ghana is the only British branch campus in sub-Saharan Africa, offering students the same prestigious Lancaster University degree awarded in the UK with a 90% graduate employment rate within 6 months of graduation. Your child gets a head start in today's competitive global market. Students can choose programs from business, law, computer science, economics, marketing, international relations, and more in a modern campus environment designed for success. Applications are now open, so visit lancaster.edu.gh. Call 0209-607-008. Lancaster University Ghana, a global degree at your doorstep. And let me tell you about Dawa Industrial Zone. It will give your business a competitive edge when you situate it at Dawa Industrial Zone. They have a world-class industrial park spread across over 2,000 acres of prime industrial land with modern infrastructure, strategic connectivity, and a thriving ecosystem of manufacturers, heavy-duty industries. They cut across all industries. So come by, position your business for success in one of West Africa's fastest-growing industrial hubs. 055 20 40,000. Call this number today. Visit diz-ghana.com. Dawa Industrial Zone, where industry thrives. Yes,
Caleb,
a few comments. Good morning, Bernard and team. Please kindly make this announcement. A trailer with a container had a crash on the beach road stretch from the Community 3 to Sakumono village. So the road has been blocked. Vehicles can't go to Accra nor come from Accra to Tema through that stretch. All commuters are advised to use the motorway or Klagon route.
Disaster.
Thank you.
You know, there's already a
lot
lot of trucks that park on that
stretch.
Road. A lot of people have been complaining about this. So
true.
I think we should remind them again of what we said last week. Yep. We need a functioning toll system where whether the local authority or the National Road Safety Commission will compulsorily tow broken down vehicles at the cost to the vehicle owner, whether the arrangement is through DVLA or whether you are made to pay before your vehicle is released. For the sake of road safety, we need a towing arrangement. So I want to remind DVLA. Indeed, I want to remind Spencer Quay. He sent an article today about the abuse of sirens, a very good article. I want him to use his power as the DVLA board chair to broach the subject again with the Road Safety Commission of the need for an urgent towing program or arrangement, because it causes a lot of traffic. It endangers people as well. Caleb.
Very well. It's a repeated message that Mr. Pencil has said, complaining about the huge traffic on the Tema Beach Road, right from the port roundabout to Junction Mall, as a result of an accident involving. Oh, this seems different.
Yes.
An accident involving a crash involving two trailers with their containers falling off and lying on the street. We need the assistance of police with tow trucks as well as fire service to assist us, please.
The long vehicles from the port are now using, because of the port extension.
Yeah.
The thing is, the port, the way the port was built, the motorway is what is supposed to accommodate and sort of transport these big trucks. The beach road is like an alternative, but it's become the mainstay because of the motorways construction.
True.
And it's inconveniencing a lot of people who use that road. So we just want to urge authorities to keep an eye on this matter.
Very well. So let's turn our attention to the FDA issue that is published in the Ghanaian Times. Kakra.
Where did the allegation come from? Before Kakra reads the story, I think you should air. So this is a market woman in Medina.
True.
It was like a forum of market women. So there were two women addressing the group in Chi. And she was complaining about a certain tendency of some of the sellers
to add
to artificially ripen
their produce.
So she described it in Chi. So I don't know if you can play it first before she comes to the response.
Translate it. Yes, you can listen.
Kwadu yaya nisa, amangu yaya nisa, anka yaya nisa. Wo wan to no nana no akọ school no atobi. Oba no akọ school no atobi. Minka mama samunwa, me ba be ma wo store yi mu. Oto akwadu kwama ne ba wo fie. Okwa na bofra nada. Eti papa ne ti mienu no ono adi ye. Me wo fie na bo be 11, ne e frɛ me say, o se ne yam. Ana me se kodwo ye chako powder ne nom. Ye kowie afa. Ya mani nsuo 8. Doctor say kwadu na odi ye no poison ewom. Kwadu no ya pete so. Ye fancy da so. Me bu sampanimfo say edro no. Why na kraba oman no mu? Edro no. Why na kra edro no aba oman no? Yadigu makoso, yadigu nyadwa so. Anioma bebre. Enti ye market fo no. Ye ni awudi fo ya baako. Because anioma no ya poison dada. Sa enuro no mpanimfo mo animu a. Ye hiro bia mo Ghana. Ye sramo. Babia efri babia mo nsama ne nko. Na yen sene ne ye adwuma ne titimire mo no. Ya hima fuoni. Omusha ya me ya ne pepepe. Ya sramo. Na kidi ya ria na aban enam sani ama we so. Ena ama na ba. Ya sramo. Ahubrasiamo ya pamochau. Muwu ya mabo. Edro na ma magati ni ba won kwato me yusu. Eti ma edro ne ma. Afeso. Pamochau. Afeso ya sramo. Omo say enye poison madam okoya omo say enye poison nanso bodia no wa mo ya no abiri a wa mo ni wa mo no omo ton no wa mo ni bi nanso wodia wo ba wo beton wa mo wakodi ya to sumienu.
So let me briefly translate what you heard for those who do not understand. These are two market women, the lead speaker talking about the false ripening of food products, whether it's fruits or plantain and stuff like that. So mangoes,
she mentioned
oranges.
About 4. She mentioned...
Yes, so mangoes, oranges, bananas, plantain. Now she says that her son had gone to buy banana for her grandchild. And he got home, the grandchild was asleep, so he took 2 fingers, and then he had complications. And he asked him to quickly get charcoal, a mixture of charcoal, and then ingest. When they went to the hospital, the doctors diagnosed that he had been poisoned when they were rushed there. So she complains about the importation of the chemical that the market women use to force ripen the food or perpetuate the food fraud. Initially, she says that if the market women engage in the practice, they themselves will, as it were,
They will suffer the
consequence
injury of using it,
as
or
well.
their child or somebody related to them will use it.
But to avoid that completely, the importation of the very chemical the women use to do that should be banned completely. So they go back to how it used to be done in the past. And so, yeah. And then she says that the people know it's bad. So they themselves don't actually eat what they add these chemicals to. So they are urging the authorities to ban the importation of these chemicals.
If any listener has an experience of this, we'll be happy for them to share with us the sort of something you've bought that seemed off, and later you found out that it wasn't naturally ripened. If you have bought something like that, let us know. I think it's important for us to aggregate some of these experiences so that the FDA will raise it to the next level. But
before I read this, the statements, I think it's important to also add that the produce we are getting from the market, in addition to what the market women say, that there are chemicals that are being used to hasten the food ripening. There are also chemicals that are sprayed on the food to extend the shelf life. Okay, so it only appears fresh, and after purchasing, you notice that if you wash them with water, in a matter of hours, they start to decay. So that's also. Imagine if you have the two different chemicals, one to force it to ripen, another extend its shelf life. It means that we are taking in a lot of chemicals that we don't know about. I have a bit of commentary on what they said, but I'll share that after I read the story from the FDA. And this is page 12 in the Ghanaian Times newspaper. FDA flags chemical ripened plantains, probes viral video from Medina Market. And the Times reports that the Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, has cautioned the public against the indiscriminate use of chemicals to accelerate the ripening of plantains and other fruits and vegetables. The caution follows a viral video purportedly showing the use of chemicals to ripen plantains at the Medina Market. According to the FDA, preliminary findings from investigations conducted in collaboration with the Environmental Health Unit of the Lanquantanan Medina Municipal Assembly established that the product reportedly used in the video was Ethemax, a plant growth regulator considered harmful to human health and public safety. The authority said it had also engaged the trader involved in the sale and distribution of the ripened plantains at the market. In a press statement issued and signed by its chief executive officer and copied to the Ghanaian Times yesterday, the FDA said it was taking appropriate regulatory action against those involved in the unauthorized sale, distribution, and use of the chemical based on the preliminary findings of their investigations. The authority explained that inappropriate use of chemicals included applying incorrect concentrations or using chemicals on commodities for which the products were not authorized, practices which could pose food safety risks. It advised the public to use agricultural chemicals strictly in accordance with approved conditions of use and label instructions. Quote, "We caution against the indiscriminate use of chemicals or other substances to accelerate plantain ripening, as any other inappropriate use may result in unacceptable chemical residues and potentially compromise food safety," unquote, the authority emphasized. Consumers were also encouraged to obtain fruits and vegetables from trusted sources and wash them thoroughly with potable water before consumption. The FDA said it would continue its food safety education and market surveillance activities to promote the safe handling and marketing of fruits and vegetables. It's also urged the public to report suspected unsafe food handling, processing, storage, and the inappropriate use of chemicals to the authority for prompt investigation.
Just quickly, the website that you mentioned the name of the substance again.
Ethemax.
And they say it's originally supposed to be used for what?
So they said that from their investigations, what they found was that it's a plant growth regulator considered harmful to human health and public safety.
But did they say what they are doing to recall it from the market? Or because the woman's concern in the voice clip was that who imports it.
Yeah.
Because her point is that if it's not available, people will not use it. So maybe the FDA should, beyond this statement, also work with the ports to say that it's been banned or they should sort of confiscate it or something. I don't know.
I'm happy that you draw back that, you bring us back to that statement.
Yeah.
And I mean, good call by these two women. But I want to say something that may seem unfortunate. There's a bit of hypocrisy in there. Okay. Let us not pretend.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for the word.
I'm also trying not to use the word. You see, let's not present this as if the market folk are helpless and somebody brought in the chemical and they don't have any choice than to use it. I think that's totally wrong. I think that there's a certain responsibility that all of us have in the work that we do and as individuals, as citizens. And so it's not as simple to say that somebody imported it, so if you stop importing it, then we will use it. You take away your obligation to do the right thing as a human being, as a citizen. Okay, I think that spraying toxic chemicals on food substances, you, the person doing that and selling it, should take absolute responsibility, rather than saying because somebody imported it, so we want the government to stop the importation. Fine, the government may want to look in that, but some of these chemicals have other purposes, not for spraying
so
food.
you cannot necessarily
exactly
say,
which you are now taking to spray your food for your profit interest.
Right.
And so I found that a bit, in as much as we are grateful that we've reached the point, because we've known this has been happening, okay? We've reached the point where the market people themselves are talking about it. Kudos to that. But I think it's a bit hypocritical when we sit back and present the story as though
only official.
Perhaps she's one of the few.
Somebody has to stop importing chemicals so that we don't use them. I think your
Maybe
obligation.
She doesn't use it.
Your obligation. No, so you. I'm not referring to her in particular. I'm referring to the notion she's putting out. Okay, it's not as though the market women are using it because it's available.
Right.
They're using it because they
You should deal with the issue of
that personal
the
irresponsibility
in the market woman wanting to use the chemical.
I think she mentioned that Otu Edroboni Ebikawano.
Yes.
And that's the market women who are indulging that they themselves will be, suffering the consequences of sin.
But my point is that the first solution is in all of us taking a certain personal responsibility and doing the right thing, rather than throwing it on the government on what is being imported. Because in reality, some of these chemicals have other purposes, okay? And we are rather appropriating them elsewhere.
The wrong reasons.
The way markets work, do you think that it's possible for the market women to do an internal surveillance? So, for example, we are plantain sellers on one lane. Beyond the speech she gave, which was a great speech, should they be doing things like we know that there was a truck that came from Techiman yesterday and we saw all the plantain, but your plantain, we don't know where you got it from. Can we? I don't know whether it will lead to fights and hypocrisy, but it seems as the way the markets are informal, we may need to encourage the market women to do their own surveillance in addition to whatever the FDA does, because I don't think the FDA has enough people to stay in a market regularly if somebody doesn't report.
You see, the function or the running of the market, okay, is broad. The FDA comes in, but the assemblies also come in.
Okay.
And I think that to sit behind and say they don't have the men, that's always the usual excuse. Okay, the market women or the market folk have associations. Associations also play a certain informal regulatory role. So if you don't have the hands and the legs, the people to get on the ground, you can collaborate
and work with them,
with the associations. Because look at, we have the GBA, we have the GMA, all of these associations, regulate, sort of self-regulate. We need the FDA and the local assemblies to work with the market women associations, the queens, etc., to regulate, to self-regulate, to regulate the spaces and guarantee that the food produce they are bringing us are not tainted with all these chemical substances and are fit for purpose and healthy.
Let me carry it. So when we were doing the agri fair, some of the team went to the markets very early,
right?
So like they'll go to the agbobloshi where they bring tomatoes or onions very early to see if they can get a good bargain. Now, when I follow the way the market food comes in, I wonder if what you are saying should apply from the beginning process.
Right.
Because I feel like, let's assume you have plantains from Techiman. You put it on a truck and bring it to Agbobloshi. You offload at Agbobloshi and then you distribute. Somebody needs to monitor how it is transported to make sure its integrity is preserved and how it is offloaded and resold before it gets to me. And I'm not sure who can do that work. I don't know whether that's a topic for you guys to think about.
It's an important thing. I recall on one of our Bautown episodes, the buses came, this VIP bus came from Duaya Nkwanta, and then it will stop at John Grammar School. It's around the mile 7 there, about Wesley Grammar. St. John's, yes. St. John's, yes. That bus stop. And then the market women will come with their smaller trucks, Abuboya, they will hire, and then offload these trucks, offload the foodstuff into their trucks and then take them to the Medina market. So some came with boxes of tomatoes, plantain, oranges, and all of that. And if you look at the packaging and all, and you compare that to the bananas and pineapples we export, look, when they harvest the pineapple from the fields, it is washed, it is dried, it is kept in a frozen room, it is transported in a proper truck. Ours,
they have cold chain.
Yeah, they have cold chain. Ours, we just leave the pineapple on the floor and then we put it in some sack, some box, and then it just moves like that. So in terms of the preservation of the foodstuff from the market to the table, there is a lot is left unchecked, a lot is left unregulated. And I'm saying from this same space, if you visit the big farms that are exporting pineapples to Europe and bananas to Europe in this same Ghana, because they are just sending it to a different market and the supervision and regulation is very high, the standards are the same, are different. But it's the same Ghanaians who are working on these farms. The ones they are producing for us is done or handled anyhow.
But
so the regulation part,
generally, export products have a certain standard they must adhere to.
True.
You can't enter the market.
But I feel like your point is very critical for food, because if we don't insist on being given a certain standard of food, it's going to be very difficult to expect anybody to monitor this, which is why I always say that some of these things must demand driven. Because you see, if you're exporting bananas to the UK, all the requirements mean that you have to do what you do, because they will not accept your banana in their country.
No.
Now, if you are selling banana you produce from Agomeda to Medina market, do we even care as banana eaters about how it is treated? So it seems to me some of this has to do with when I use education, people say I'm using the word, but it's almost like people have to demand. So see what this market woman is doing. We actually have to expand it for it to include cleanliness. To say no some the bar. Because it's not just the chemical. The passion she's speaking about this experience. True. I feel like people have to be spoken to and say, you can't put the banana on the floor on a canaf sack and expect that it will not be contaminated when it's near a refuse bin. So there's a balance between enforcement and then acceptance. I always say that there are two work hand in hand, because there has to be strict enforcement, but there also has to be, because there are people whose mindset, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't care that the banana is on the floor and he's picking it to eat. So
he doesn't care because he knows very well he can get away with it. You see,
like he's eating it himself. So it's not even a question of getting away. You see, it's not just a question of wanting to make a quick buck and wanting to lower the standard. He will go and buy cassava that they've put on the floor too. So I'm saying that we have to also look at the type of education we give to people who handle our food on what is acceptable, in addition to enforcing the rule. You get it? Because the market woman herself, when she closes market and she's going to buy food, it's the same thing she will buy. She won't go and buy the one that has the UK standard. So clearly, there's a certain laxity around how we handle food. And we don't draw the connection between our lack of phytosanitary standards and our ultimate health. I mean, I don't know if I'm making sense
because
here.
she mentioned that kidney cases are increasing, and all of these are contributing to same. Besides preserving fruits, keeping them, giving them a longer shelf life, or ripening them quickly, there are those who add other things to adulterate, whether it is oil, whether it's groundnut paste, whether it is honey. You know, all of that adulteration.
Sorry to cut you. At the heart of this is greed. Okay, at the heart of this is greed, the desire to make a quick buck or a quick cedi. And it's not simply, it doesn't end there. Okay, it's a long period of deprivation. Okay, and I don't even want to bring in the KFC example, but that situation fits into the phenomenon of deprivation in this country. It creates a certain culture that exactly of adufude, of abodam initie, so it's in how we manage our food, it's in how we drive. We must win at all costs. It doesn't have to make sense. We have to be reckless on the road to win. We have to poison our foods to make a quick buck. You see, for me, some of these market folk have created cartels around this kind of profiteering. Okay. Where
cut me. I have the Deputy CEO for Food and Drugs Authority, Food Division, Roderick Dade Ajay on the line. So, sir, thank you for joining us. I'm sure the concerns the market women are raising from Medina has come to your attention. Initially, what's your response? What is the authority doing about this?
Yes, thank you very much, Amanda. Good morning to you and everybody in the studio and your listeners. Yes, so it also came to our notice. We went to check immediately what was happening because we already have a relationship with the market, the queen mothers and the people who are in the helm of affairs. But we also sent down a group to also do some, let's say underground work. And what we found out was that there was somebody who was procuring what we call agrochemicals. That is these chemicals that are used in ripening. Naturally, the way God has made things for a fruit to ripen, for example, there's a chemical we call ethylene. It's produced in it, and so man has also done the same in the chemical form, which is used in when you follow the proper agricultural instructions, and then it's used. It is safe for use. But if it is not mixed properly, you could get high doses of it. So what this person had done was to go procure that and was using it as well as also selling it out in tots to some people also in the market. So in terms of what we heard in the video, yes, it was true. How dangerous is this, the misuse? If you don't use it in the proper concentrations, like how it's happened to some Ghanaian products that have been exported and have been returned due to the overuse of some of this chemical, the ethylene, issues of, like, you know, it can affect your should I say, nervous system, can cause nausea, stomach cramps, and you know, things along that can sort of irritate the system. And so immediately we took regulatory decisions stopping this person. We realized that there's still the need to do some teaching. So there are some interventions by way of us working with our sister institutions, namely that will be the PPRS, the Plant Protection and Regulatory Services, because they offer that training from the Ministry of Agric to those who ripen ripen fruits this way, in the approved way. And then also stopping those who are doing this kind of thing. But mind you, it's not a practice we'll say it's only, should I say, for what we heard. People have been abusing this chemical all around. And the worst form of it is when people use what we call acetylene. Acetylene is like a cousin of ethylene, but acetylene is toxic. And in that case, especially to those who use it, you hear people saying carbide. When you go to funerals, people use this bamboo thing. They produce that gas, light some fire, and then you hear it going off like gunfire, at the funeral and the rest. It is that gas that some people use in doing some of this forced ripening. And that also has, that's very toxic and has immediate effect on the one who is using it. And then, of course, having such products, distributed around. So is the issue of educating, is the issue of sanctioning, sensitizing that we've been doing and we keep on doing as in a case like this.
Mr. Roderick, thank you so much for the time you've spent explaining and telling us what you've been doing so far. Now you make us understand that there is a genuine way of ripening these, but the chemicals are being abused, and that is what is leading to the health concerns that we are seeing. So is there any way the FDA is regulating its use, or would you say that it is out of hand, so you would rather recommend its ban as the market women proposed?
Even if it were, let's say, out of hand, you won't sit down. You will still bring it to book and make sure things go the right way. Fortunately, it's not everybody who does this, and that's why I think there was the outcry from the video, because definitely it's not everybody who agrees with it. But if it will be used, or if it must be done, then it must be done right. If you wouldn't use it, then you wait for the natural way for the product to ripen. Unfortunately, just assume that you wanted to prepare 200 plates of, should I say, gobe, fried plantain. Even at a party, you want to do 50 plates, you want to do 100 plates. You most probably may not go and get the plantain all ripened. It doesn't happen like that in real life. And so it makes it sometimes necessary to go through such means, which means people have been doing this in over time, but are they doing it in the right way? You can identify a lot of these products by the way that the chemical splashes onto the plantain. You see that there will be like this kind of dark spots, and then the ripening spots. It will say like forming a concentric circle as it is, because it's supposed to be a gas, and gas would go round the whole thing because it's a gas form, and then it will cause the ripening, but at an approved level. So we really cannot run away from this, and that's why we say that food safety is everybody's business. That when it comes to your notice, you don't understand it, you call the authorities. Let me also take the opportunity to also educate. FDA has been, let's say, leads the issues of food safety. Actually, in the food safety policy of Ghana, FDA is the secretariat, but food safety is not only vested in the FDA. And this is where also we want to call on the public. For example, what happened over there, all the market women needed to do was to tell the environmental health officer of the local government who is resident in the market. And some of these things would have been solved and not going kind of viral. But of course, in public administration, when things go out of order, we always say that it's an opportunity to bring in reforms. And so, as it's gone on this scale, as we've heard, it's something that we are putting all the market queens together. In a few days, we are having a meeting, and then we want to structure out a training for the various markets through the Ministry of Agriculture, that is the PPRSD. And the chemical that we are talking about, is properly licensed in Ghana by the EPA. And so this is how the government agencies come together to ensure that the various, sites are working properly. I guess we have to keep on collaborating with each other to get better results.
Mr. Roderick, is there food traceability in Ghana? Are you able to trace the source, the preservation practice, and the quality of the meals or the produce we buy right from the farm to our table? Is that something the FDA is able to do?
This is a very, very good question. Traceability. Traceability exists in various forms. It's very easy when you are talking about pre-packaged foods, but the concept and its application when you talk about agro-produce in Ghana is not as thorough as you would want to see, like what happens with the pre-packaged food. However, locally, our market women themselves have systems in place. Sometimes you take, for example, yam. You notice that they are brought in a bulk, distributed. Usually what happens is that they will have an aggregator, someone who puts it together from various farms. And then maybe they are supplying agbogloshi. And they are bringing it to maybe the market queen. That market queen in turn is also going to distribute it to those who are under her. So you notice that sometimes you see certain marks on them. It can be a kind of a strip, or it could be a dot, but they have ways of knowing that, okay, this was aggregated by such and such a person from this place, and that's how traceability is established. It is not really, thoroughly good as to say that maybe if you've got 100 pieces of yam, you're able to tell specifically which farm that it came from. It may be a bit tough to do that. But the Food and Drugs Authority, whenever we use traceability, it is usually an investigative tool. Take, for example, the issue of palm oil. Palm oil, where people were adding what we call Sudan 4, saying that they want to make it red. So we did something with the market where those who were selling the palm oil, we were able to trace using our traceability. We were able to trace backwards and as well as also forward. So, for example, who gave you the palm oil? So our officers go, they check, they get the names of where various market women were picking from, and we were going to each person in the various markets, especially the markets that had a high count when we tested, and they had problems. So a place like there's this market, is it Malatao? So one time it was very bad. Due to education we give them, and then using the traceability tools that we were doing, as come, let's say, last year, they were clean. There was nothing there because of the traceability tools that we used with them, because the market women knew we were tracing back to who gave it to them and then going back. There was so much work that was done. And so when FDA uses traceability tools, it's usually as an investigative tool because in that part of maybe the supply chain, we have found some issues that we need to trace and be able to tell what is happening and go even to the farmer's end.
Sir, this is Bernard. So are you saying that the FDA on its own cannot proactively or preemptively decide to just follow a particular food product from source to the home to determine if that chain is healthy for us to use, because we are non-professionals. Okay, now that we've heard that people are artificially ripening plantain, maybe the FDA could you not say, let's start from the BA, Techiman, where the banana or plantain is coming from, see how it's handled, because beyond even the chemical issues, even the way it's handled, where it's kept, can be unsafe for human consumption. So it appears to me as though the FDA does not want to proactively say that the way our foods are handled is not healthy, and therefore you are waiting for something to break out and then you investigate after the fact to prove it. But imagine if something is massively or is polluted en masse, it could kill a whole lot of people. So shouldn't your mandate rather be to proactively go into the system and if possible, even give new guidelines for handling food? So you can say from now on, when you are selling food or you are bringing plantain from these are the ways you should do it, so that we all follow. From the way you are talking, it seems like the FDA doesn't want to. It's like you're using the minimalist approach.
Ben, good morning. Good to hear from you. That is not the approach. And when you are talking about traceability in any form, it's a very, very expensive, should I say, endeavor. And if you want to also trace, you cannot, it's humanly not possible to trace everything. So you normally would want to, especially if it's not a labeled product, it becomes very, very difficult. How are you able to easily tell between the yam that was grown in, let's say, your farm and my farm, even if they may be next to each other? It will be through maybe the aggregator. The aggregator who puts it together and then will finally send it to maybe Agbogbloshi or send it to Kumasi or whichever place as it is. So at the rudimentary level, like you are saying, the market women themselves, you will be surprised, Ben, they have systems in place. It's not like we are pushing our systems away. The important thing is to be able to tell that, maybe a particular, for example, the tomatoes, for example, we FDA on our own pick samples and test. Likewise, there are some of our sister agencies too, just to look at, maybe levels of pesticides or chemicals that may have been used. You may come across one or two where the levels may be high, but it is not something that is like so much out of the ordinary. Those pockets of information, you will come across them. It may happen. It's not foolproof that the farmers out there would do that kind of bad job. But sometimes there are some of the issues, like we're mentioning with this issue of the Sudan 4, which is an adulterant people are intentionally adding because they think they want to make it red as it is. So generally, what we see is that to make everybody responsible, when we find a product with you, because according to Section 97 of the Public Health Act, it says that you cannot, you can't advertise, you can't put on the platform, or should I say, offer it for sale. Whatever you are putting out there, you, the one who is put it out there, you will be held responsible. So you can't say that I, the tomato seller, or I, the garden egg seller, I was not the one who grew it on the field. So those are some of the sensitization and awareness that program that we do with them. And then the job is also not only, let's say, the FDA. Really, it comes to local government, because the law says that we will monitor through the district assemblies. And so it's one of the things that I just even said right now, that this thing that the woman did the video and then all that, she could easily have told the resident environmental health officer in the market. Actually, that meeting that even happened was called by the MCE, having a discussion with them, and that is where this woman said this. They didn't need to wait for that meeting. They could have just volunteered that information, and it could have been nipped in the bud earlier as it is. So in terms of like we sitting, FDA sitting back, no, that is not what it is. That's why we have market surveillance. But the market surveillance is always done because of funds. It's done looking at the level of risk that happens. If we haven't picked any issues on, for example, yam, okay, then you are not going to really focus so much there. It's because of the resources, and that's why it may look like as if what you said, as if do we wait for a harm to happen first? No,
right.
Because every person who sells has the responsibility of finding out from wherever they are getting their supply, you know, that at least it's from a good source, and then the farmers they get from, having the best, we say, agricultural practices in place.
Finally, Mr. J, what is the consequence for all these things when the market women engage in some of these illegalities, and how many of them would you say you have apprehended?
Oh, all right, okay. So, in terms of would you be talking about you're talking about sanctions or corrective actions or maybe follow-ups as we do? So it comes in various ways. Sometimes you can dictate that some things are done on it's more of ignorance, and there's that cooperation, because that is one of the things. I want to say a very big thank you to the market queens of the various markets, especially the Greater Accra Regional Market Queen. She's very, very powerful. She's very, very helpful. Whenever we've had meetings, we've brought up issues. She has come, she's put her foot down, and then it has led to corrective actions being done. Whether it's in the area, for example, salt, whether they have added the iodine, for the issues of iodine deficiency disorders, or like in this case, as we've seen with the pesticides, we are soon, hopefully in about a week or two, going to have that big meeting where we are calling the market queens all over the Greater Accra, and it's something that we want to do in the different regions to take them through this.
So let me re-put the question and end it with you, Mr. J. We are saying that punishment deters others from perpetrating similar offenses. So have you sanctioned anyone yet? Very quickly.
We have. That's what I'm saying, that the sanctions come in different forms. If you want us to talk about sanctions, then I'll have to get records and then take you through. But it's not every time. You see, it doesn't work like that.
That's right.
What you are looking at is that you are thinking deterrence always works. No, I can talk to you from public administration side, what we call the regulatory compliance theory. When people realize that you communicate clearly, when they realize that you are legitimate, so FDA, local government, they've got the backing of the law. When you meet them, like in a group, you show respect to them. You listen to their problems. You even sometimes realize that the person that can't even read and write, but the person has got the agrochemical, because the person said, oh, they went to the he said agreement. After there's a shop in Medina, they just go there and buy. So it's not like it's even it's an approved product. Just that the person did not have or couldn't read and write like you and I, and maybe going to the place where they bought from, the instructions for use is supposed to be clearly spelled out. No,
thank you.
They even showed us the big basket and how they lay plastic, within, and then put they load the plantain in there, and then to do the application. In fact, some of the market women even think it is the heat. Okay. When you cover when you cover it, the heat that built in it is what causes the ripening. But the ripening is done by ethylene, the production of ethylene, and not per se the high temperature that may build up in there. So you can see that there are issues of ignorance.
Very well.
And yes, and those are the things that as a regulator,
thank you.
If you want compliance, you need to listen to the field. It's when you have done all of these things and there's persistence.
Very well, sir. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but thank you for spending time with us. So, Bernard, that's the Deputy CEO, Food and Drugs Authority. He's with the Food Division, Roderick Dade Ajay, telling us.
At least he has admitted the issue, and he's confirmed that the video, the viral video has a certain basis. And he's also confirmed that they do, when they hear such things, get into the market. But that's the only comfort we get. I think we're expecting a bit more firmness and some clarity around. We found the source of this particular evil act and we have arrested them and handed them to the police. We didn't hear that. And then we're also hoping for some more proactive announcements around. So going forward, this is how food is to be handled. We didn't get this. I was even hoping, I think he admitted that traceability is a critical issue. You remember Bryce Simmons' company, Pedigree, when there were concerns about fake variants of drugs, he developed this system where they can check whether this drug is the right one. I am hoping that people like Roderick and co will agree that we need a certain traceability for our food. It doesn't have to be an expensive solution. I mean, it can just be a stamp or something, so that at least if somebody brings plantain, before you can fully put it in the truck to convey, somebody at least a cursory check, a small scanner, and he puts some barcode on one, something. Because if we cannot check officially where the thing is coming from and we just work with anecdotal evidence, it's going to be very difficult, So I feel like I don't want to hold brief that they don't have the tools and everything else, but it seems as if they have not even contemplated the level of scrutiny that we are talking about on the program. So maybe we need to talk a bit more.
And quickly, I mean, you see, other countries don't leave things like this to chance and hope that the market women or the aggregators or the farmers will do the right thing. That is why robustly traceability is enforced elsewhere. You go to the UK, you lift an ordinary banana, you see a barcode on it.
Yeah.
If you scan it,
even meat.
Yes, you get the appropriate information, where it was produced from, who is responsible for, blah, blah, blah. You find the same systems all over Europe. You go to the US, you find the same system. Because people are bad most of the times. When nobody is watching, they do their own thing. So we have got to invest in systems like that. And it is not something that is too difficult to do. Look at the water bottle in front of you. Previously, the Ghana Revenue Authority, if that's their name, I think, that should be their name, GRA. They had difficulties with, collecting revenue and all of these things from people who are producing and doing all kinds of things in the system. When they brought the idea of these stamps, you find that when you buy these things, you find a small stamp on it that you can scan and you get some information on it. What happened was that the people were resisting, but ultimately it has come to stay. So the solutions are there. It's about officials thinking rigorously about. I know Kaka is, Kaka is scanning.
The scanning is not scanning.
No, scanning properly, unless this one has issues.
I have my camera on the barcode, but nothing is.
You should scan it properly. You see, so the solutions are there. It is important that we get these things right. He said before I sign off.
Sure.
He said that they rely on the market women and then the aggregators to put their marks. I mean, anybody at all can do that.
That's all.
Anybody at all can do that. You can take a yam, get the appropriate color, put it in a brush, and then you can mark
it. That's for purposes of identification.
He's using that as a form of informal traceability. No, but I think we need much more robust systems to give us the assurance that what we are buying and consuming, is from the right source and is safe. Because carbide, when I was working in the garage, that's in my garage, that's what you use to weld things.
We used to use it to do Christmas. We had this carbide thing. We'll put it, shake with water, and then we'll light fire, then we'll do boom.
And it's a dangerous, chemical. So to use it on food,
it's very serious.
But
I think last point, I keep saying that most things in our country will not get solved officially if there isn't a lot of clamor against those things. So in addition to what the FDA is supposed to do, people must also raise the alarm. People must also do those videos. So for once, I support people who do these videos to share. because sometimes you have to raise the level of urgency for officialdom to see it to be worth their while. So we commend the person who took the market video. If you've bought some fruit that has a certain odd look on it, do a video and send it. I think that will help to get it to a national attention. I think it's very, very important.
Well, I agree that you know, there's a bit of the onus on us to expose some of these things. Bernard, it's difficult when whoever shared this video did a fantastic job, but look at how it's being handled thereafter. Okay, I think. You see, increasingly, I keep saying that we are on our own as a people. The state has a certain duty to us, okay? Our welfare should be guaranteed and secured by the state. But increasingly, you hear state institutions, some of whom have prosecutorial powers like the FDA, that the response to this should have been what you found, who has been arrested, where the prosecutions you've commenced, at which stages they are. This is food. We are ingesting these things. But increasingly you hear the commentary of their inertia and pushing the responsibility towards you. Like Sky said, we don't have that scientific know-how to understand how some of these food produce are being tampered with. There are, we talked about a list. We talked about honey. We talked about
palm
oil,
even groundnut paste.
Okay, you have food, the colored foods being sprayed to deepen their colors. When you put them in water for a while with bicarbonate of soda,
even tomatoes.
Exactly. Food. So there's so much going on that to hear these institutions sort of tell us that, okay, so the market women should figure it themselves, citizens should figure that out themselves. There's a certain increasing neglect of the state, of the citizens. Okay, and it is the dereliction of the duty of the state. And I always feel that we need to go back to the social contract and renegotiate, because we cannot continue to be doing our part where we pay our taxes. Our incomes are tax deducted before they hit our account. But at source. But when it comes to the fundamental duty of the state towards the citizens, which is protect us, which is ensure our welfare, we hear all these beautiful narrations and stories. I think it's about time citizens put their foot down and ask, who have we put authority in their hands to take care of all of us? Because if you can't, we might as well figure out a new solution.
After the first answer to the last question by Mr. J, I have concluded we are doomed in this nation. The Ghanaian life is not precious to the institutions we created to protect us. Adam is sending this from Empire. So Adam, how are you? Thank you for your message. Thank you so much for the discussion. Francisca hits the crux of this problem right on the head. The problem is not the availability of the said chemicals on the market, but the greedy desire of market people to make quick and excess profits at the expense of the health of buyers. Okay, Mark Anthony sent this from Jessica. Thank you so much.
One more from my friend Clarence. He says, while I commend the alarm raised by the market women, the question I ask myself is that, did she raise this because a relative got affected by it? I ask this because we have known these things for a while now, and it is worrying that nothing was said until now. Please add apples to the list.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. But unfortunately, when I started, this thing used to work. But
you see, I told you it wasn't
scanning.
Check your phone.
So I was oh no, you should be able to scan it.
Someone says Settles Republic. Let me do quick things. Would you leave your front door wide open before going to bed? Of course not. So why give away your PIN or one-time password? These details are private and for your eyes only. Remember, do not disclose your PIN or OTP. If anyone asks for them, that's a red flag. Avoid clicking suspicious links, and in case of any doubt, always pause, think, and verify. Hashtag shine your eyes, protect your accounts, spot the fraud, stop the fraud. 0307 08 6000. Call for assistance. Dominic Basic Bank is not just another bank. The University of Professional Studies Accra, UPSA, in partnership with the Catholic University of Milan, Italy, and the E for Impact Foundation is inviting you to apply for the MBA in Impact Entrepreneurship and Innovation. This program gives you a dual globally recognized MBA, Ghana and Italy with hands-on practical learning experience. You get access to business and investor network and a full week in Italy for networking, matchmaking, mentorship with international experts and investors. If you're an entrepreneur, a startup founder, a career-driven entrepreneur, or someone with a big idea, this is your moment. Send a WhatsApp to Dr. Andrews Ayiku, the program coordinator, on 0244 760 425. Email ayiku.andrews@upsa.edu.gh. We have more on the show. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Looking to build strong, beautiful, and long-lasting structures? Then you need the right materials, and we've got you covered. At Rockstead's Building Products, we provide top-quality building solutions you can trust. For your roofing needs, choose our light-gauge premium steel truss. Strong, durable, and built to last. Pair it with our premium-coated aluminium and aluzinc roofing sheets for maximum protection and a sleek finish. Working on interiors, we supply quality metal noggins for solid framing, as well as POP, plasterboard, and acoustic solutions to give your ceilings and walls a smooth, modern look with excellent sound control. And don't forget, your project isn't complete without reliable electricals. We have high-quality cable trays, electrical cables, distribution boards, switches, multi-sockets, and other electrical accessories for all your electrical needs. Visit us today at Taifa Junction, off the Achimota and Sawem Road, or find us across all regions in Ghana. Call us now on 0544 338 041 or 0243 690 402. Rockstead's Building Products, quality and affordable.
Hello passengers, welcome aboard Air Tanzania flight TC235. This is your captain speaking. Honeymoon is heading to Dar es Salaam and Zanzibar. Get ready for unforgettable memories. Business travelers, we hope you also make time to experience the beauty of East Africa. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your flight.
Fly directly from Accra to East Africa 3 times a week with Air Tanzania. Whether for business or leisure in Guangzhou, Dubai, Zanzibar, or beyond. Fares are from $550 USD. Book now at airtanzania.co.tz. Call 0270-264-200 or visit our office adjacent to the airport post office. Transport your goods and services in Africa and beyond only with Air Tanzania. Air Tanzania, the wings of Kilimanjaro.
Looking for everything made in Ghana, all in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors, including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creatives, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, MTN, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
What will the world need tomorrow? Smarter systems, bolder thinkers, people who don't just use technology but build it as well. At Academic City University, that's exactly whom we train. Whether you're starting your undergraduate degree or advancing with a master's program, from business and communication arts to engineering and computational sciences, our programs are built with industry for real-world impact. You won't just graduate with a certificate, you'll graduate ready to solve, build, and lead. The future belongs to those who are prepared. Are you ready? Call 0594 030 308. Academic City University, educating future-ready leaders.
Live your dream now at Eden Heights. Move into our beautifully finished and ready to move in 3 and 4 bedroom apartment or penthouses thoughtfully designed for modern living today. Enjoy the serenity of a secure gated community with a fully equipped sports complex, landscape surroundings, ample parking, 24-hour security, reliable backup utilities, and convenient access to shopping, entertainment, and everyday essentials. With up to 3 years interest-free payment plans and mortgage financing options available, owning your dream home has never been easier. And here's the good news: pay 50% or more and move in today. Book a viewing now on 0501 531 444 or 445 and on our website at www.edenheights.com.gh. Eden Heights, the heights of modern living.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Now it's time to talk about strategy. It's time to talk about leadership. Certified strategy professionals. Yeah, every professional today is getting certified in strategy in particular. And so let's talk to the man who is the go-to when it comes to certified strategy professional journey. And Dr. Jeff Bassi is at the Institute of Leadership and Strategy. If you've watched, anytime you get to a major traffic intersection, there's some nice billboard. Handsome gentleman. He's the one sitting in front of me today. Doc, good morning. Good to have you as always.
A very good morning to you.
Yes.
Thank you as always.
Wonderful.
Providing the opportunity of sharing what we do and having loads of, Ghanaian managers come to certify in the area of strategy, right? We are immensely grateful. All the time is oversubscribed. We have run some 10 cohorts.
10 cohorts? Precisely
so.
Impressive
And so
stuff.
we are just, preparing to take off with the 11th cohort for the professional certification in strategy.
Oh, so the last cohort is done or is almost done?
It's done.
Wow. I remember when last we spoke. So if I had started by this time, I finished.
Oh, well, you would have been done by now if you had taken off with us.
Yeah, but the question is who gets to be a part of it and what is it about? So let's get into those details then.
Thank you once again for the opportunity and a very good morning to your august listeners. And so the Institute of Leadership and Strategy, I always say, is a non-academic but an executive and a professional development institute.
Nice.
We specialize mostly in professional certification in strategy, and then also C-level executive leadership for senior managers. And so particularly for our certified strategy professional, we've run some 10 cohorts and preparing for the 11th cohort.
Wow.
I always say that understanding strategy to the core is imperative for getting to the top as a senior manager, whether you are at the lower layer, that is like line managers or senior managers, but then also for the C-suite executive managers. Having strategy understanding at the corporate level, business level, and for that matter, the functional level is important. And I had shared on this platform once, but let me reiterate that Boston Consulting Group's research sought to indicate that managers at the lower level, say branch managers, have as much as 72% of them not understanding or appreciating what strategy is. And then when it comes to the senior managers, some 54%. But the shocker is the C-level executive managers, who still have as much as 26% of them not appreciating strategy. We have facilitated strategy sessions for quite a number of organizations, be it public or private. Indeed, we are just returning from Aqua Safari last week. We're with Ghana Revenue Authority to help them to, implement their current strategy. We've done same for the Parliament House of Ghana and private organizations. Quite a number of them have gone through our hands, and I've subsequently sponsored a number of their managers to also come through. But various individuals also sponsor themselves. I always say, put your career in your own hands.
Right. But Doc, what difference does strategy make?
Strategy is an embodiment of everything in the organization. I always say strategy is the reference point for all decision making, right from making those choices to providing direction to even formulating the strategy. And when we document it, we call it a strategic plan. It informs how every function and activity in the organization are performed. And that is how come those who operate at the senior management level, strategy is their foundation for all the key decisions they make. Unfortunately, people rise to those senior management positions and they still think just operationally. That's right. They think that it's all about operations and activities and whatever. But when you operate with strategy at the top and only try to close the gap between strategy and everyday operational activities, you become more relevant to the organization. And indeed, name any one company who succeeds without intentional, strategy as to how to gain competitive advantage in the market. I can't think of any. Right.
I can't think of any. But for the kind of people you are looking for, these are very busy people with heavy schedules. So how flexible is your strategy? What's the strategy for delivering strategic professional certification?
I remember when your boss, the general manager of this company, Bernard Avle,
that's right,
came in as a visiting resource person to engage our strategy students. He actually did emphasize that our schedule and flexibility is the reason loads of executives would come to us. And so we ran a 10 modular program. And very quickly, I'll just run our listeners through the modules. 10 modular program over a 10-week period. But the good news is that you only take lecture once a week. And that is either a Saturday physical. And we are located at East Legon, Accra. Once you go into Google Map and key in our name, it brings you straight to our
the Institute of Leadership and Strategy.
So either Saturday physical or Sunday virtual. And the good thing is that every weekend you decide which of the two schedules suit your, or which of the two options suit your schedule for the weekend. You don't necessarily have to glue yourself to one of the two. You can take one throughout. You can also have a hybrid of the two, because whatever happens on Saturday physical, same instructor, same thematic area, possibly same examples,
but delivered
is what is delivered virtually online on Sunday. So if you could just permit me in the next 2 minutes, it's a 10 modular course taken over a period of 10 weeks, and the first module is understanding the environment of strategy. That is where we give you all the tools you will require, the foundation, how strategy cascades from the corporate level to the business level to the function. And the second is competitive strategy. Right. The third and the fourth modules are on strategy formulation and planning. Chief, we facilitated strategy for quite too many organizations, and when you get into the session, they only put together annual goals and then they mistake it for strategy formulation and strategy planning. And then the next module is on change and organizational transformation. The whole idea of strategy means that we want to do things differently. And strategy strategy itself is not cast in stone. It is a cycle of adaptations. So every now and then you want to be managing change processes along the way. Then we have business and financial analysis, leadership and strategy execution. If there is anything, any major challenge when it comes to even those who seem to understand strategy, it is about the discipline, the knack, the hardwired processes required to implement and execute the strategy. And that we are quite tough on. Last but one is strategy governance. Strategy governance. And then the final one is a special module where we don't do the teaching, but the participants or the trainees for the 9 weeks they would have gone through before the 10th week, put together their own strategy plans depending on the industries you are coming from, and present to a panel of strategy experts and corporate chiefs. And that becomes the practical way of how
I guess
they
one
get out of the program.
of the byproducts, one of the beneficiaries one will get from participating in this is the rich pool of network of the cohort they will be experiencing.
Precisely so. So we had passed out close to 600% so far. And it's refreshing to know that we've had the likes of the chief director at the presidency was in our session. GCB Bank would bring a number of their managers, chief finance officer of Just Spawn, the bank hospital, various managers.
I want to be a fly in the room.
So the thing is, you just have to be in a management position. It doesn't matter whether the lower layer, middle, or the high level, but we don't take rank and file staff. I always emphasize where some people call us, I finished university 2 years ago, I'm done with my national service. And so unfortunately, you may not appreciate what we teach at the professional strategy class.
Very well. So when does the next cohort start and how do we register?
Right, next cohort takes off on the 5th of September, September 5. And yes, that is our cohort number 11. And to register, you simply just need to send us a quick WhatsApp of your name. Once you text your name via WhatsApp, all the details will be shared with you. And that number is 0244 268672.
That's quite simple. Let's take it again. 0244 268672.
Precisely.
So we just WhatsApp you.
Once you WhatsApp your name. But on this Thursday, we're running, as we always do, we're running our free and open information session. For those who want to learn more, the fee, the payment terms, if you intend to take the global exam. So once you send us a text via WhatsApp with your name, the link to joining that 30-minute virtual information on Thursday will be shared with you. So you are better informed to make a decision to be a part of it.
Dr. Jeff Bassi, Institute of Leadership and Strategy. Thank you for joining us in the studio today. We wish you the best in the 11th cohort, certified strategy professionals.
Grateful as always.
No, you're a big man.
Thank you, Chief.
You do everything.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Business owners, entrepreneurs, and investors, your next big business opportunity could be waiting for you at the Canton Fair 2026 in China, and Litina Travel and Tours is taking you there. From October 23rd to November 5th, join the Litina China and Dubai Business and Leisure Delegation. Meet manufacturers face-to-face and source quality products. Whether you're into electronics, furniture, construction materials, vehicles and spare parts, or more, this trip is for you. And after business, Dubai awaits with 2 days of premium leisure, exciting tours, and a relaxing spa treatment to recharge. Your visas, flights, hotel accommodation, B2B meetings, guided tours, travel insurance, and ground transportation all arranged for you from just $3,799. Don't miss this opportunity. Call Tina on 0244 260 789 or visit Litina Travel and Tours at Alisa Hotel, Northridge, Accra. Litina Travel and Tours, your business, your growth, your journey.
Every year, a young Ghanaian completes university, smart, hardworking, and full of hope, but no job opportunities. What if the goal was not for graduates to just get jobs, but positioned to create jobs? At Heritage Christian University, every program is designed to equip graduates with relevant skills, integrity, problem-solving, and critical thinking skills to turn ideas into businesses that feed families and employ communities. Heritage offers values-driven education that builds not just your career, but your character. Whether you're a school leaver with a dream or a professional ready for more, Heritage has a place for you. Call us on 0551 026 164. Visit hcu.edu.gh or locate us at Amasaman behind the stadium. Admission is in progress. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneur leaders.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
The region or the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Eno, you know what our father left us when he died?
Debts?
He left us land, Eno. But Nanayo said the land is his. The court said, come back in 2031.
Hey, that's not an inheritance. That's a curse, brother.
Real Ejapade doesn't come with disputes. At Deftraco Woodlands, a 592-acre master plan gated city in Dawenya, your inheritance is waiting. Don't leave your children a court case. Leave them Deftraco Woodlands, the Ejapade they'll be proud of.
Visit woodlands.deftracogroup.com. Call or WhatsApp us today on 0537 675961.
Kofi, I think we need to call them.
Deftraco Woodlands, where your roots run deep.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Some 10 minutes to the top of the hour. We're dotting our T's and crossing our I's. About to spend time with Timothy Ashong, Director General of the Regional African Satellite Communications Organization. Did you know of the Regional African Satellite Communications Organization? In short, they are called RASCOM. Who are they? What do they do? And how do they impact your life? Timothy Ashong will tell us all about RASCOM. DG, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Who is RASCOM? How come I've never heard of you?
So RASCOM has been in existence for 30 years now.
3 decades?
Yeah, it was established in 1992.
Hey, 1992?
Yeah.
And
right.
What do you do? What do you stand for?
All right. So the Regional Africa Satellite Communications Organization,
RASCOM,
is the acronym RASCOM.
Yeah.
Okay. And was established to champion satellite communications connectivity in Africa.
Communications connectivity.
Yeah. So specifically for our leaders noticing that satellite communications infrastructure is essential for the African integration and also for connectivity of the continent, established this organization way back in 1992, and it's an organization that was established under the African Union.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, RASCOM consists of 45 African countries, and others are also yet to be on board.
Right, and then you told me there's going to be a new RASCOM. You're developing a new RASCOM and potentially building next generation Pan-African satellite system. What exactly will this new system look like? Who and how soon could African countries begin to see tangible results from RASCOM?
So let me take it from the old RASCOM.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe the achievements from RASCOM as it has been.
Yeah. So the African member states coming together alone to constitute the organization, and also financing or making financial contribution to build the infrastructure for satellite communications.
Okay.
It's an achievement on its own. Okay. But the sustainability of RASCOM, I could say that's where the problem has been.
Okay.
And although RASCOM has been in existence for 30 years now, since 1992, RASCOM can boast of only one satellite that is operating both broadcasting services and also for broadband services.
Wow.
And it will amaze you that during the Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire in 2023, RASCOM satellite was the main satellite that
How many more satellites do we need for the sub-region that we operate on only one?
So the continent needs a lot of satellites. And why do I say we need a lot of satellites?
Are you saying the whole of Africa has one satellite?
The whole of Africa as an intergovernmental has one satellite. Okay. Now, there are some countries that have developed their own satellites. And the plan now is bringing them all into the RASCOM umbrella.
Okay.
And I've signed an MOUs with some of them.
Okay.
And we are on the rest. The strategy is to use the RASCOM to gain the African market for Africans. Now, Africa cannot continue to depend on third parties or connectivity outside the continent for its essential connectivity projects. And that's why, because our presidents, not only the president of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama, always talking about African sovereignty, but most of the African president currently talks about African sovereignty. And how do we achieve African sovereignty without having control of our own connectivity infrastructure? And that is where we need to look at. So the new RASCOM then comes in that we need to. So we have done some proposals. Okay, some project study on how we are together with the African Telecommunication Union, how we're going to rebrand this organization in terms of the services that we give to the member states.
So what would a new rebranded RASCOM look like? What services will it offer? How improved would those services be?
Yeah. So as we sit now, we know the kind of connectivity services that satellites bring now. Now we talk about the lower Earth orbit satellites, those that are coming up now. And let me be specific. Okay, we have the OneWeb, we have the Starlinks, and we have others also coming. But all this is good for Africa. All right, we embrace it because it helps us to close our connectivity gaps with the rest of the world.
True.
But then,
sovereignty.
Can we rely on this for our intergovernmental projects?
The day the third parties will say Akbar.
Exactly.
We are in trouble.
Yeah, Agbina. yeah, that's it.
Right. So but the satellite infrastructure, building and maintaining such is really expensive.
Exactly.
So how is RASCOM collaborating with the various governments to ensure that we're able to source enough capital to build, and maintain satellite infrastructure?
So the new phase of RASCOM first is to reconnect with the member states. Over the years taking over RASCOM, I realized that is one thing RASCOM lacks, and also establishing itself with other existing institutions. So, for example, the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement area, you can never have an African trading platforms that depends entirely on foreign third-party infrastructure. And for that, RASCOM is establishing a very good relationship. We're working on a work plan and also an MOU to see how best we'll be able to work together to ensure that we pool resources. We have the trust of the member states to contribute, or other investment firms, whether within the continent or outside the continent, coming in to invest for us to have this new phase of RASCOM, having both the either the lower Earth orbit satellite, the MEO, or extra geos, to ensure that we are able to close the digital divide of Africa to the rest of the world.
Mr. Timothy, I'm sure you've placed African digital sovereignty at the center of RASCOM's renewed vision. In practical terms, what does sovereignty mean when much of the technology, financing, and satellite capacity Africa currently relies on comes from companies outside the continent? This question ties into what you've just mentioned a bit. So let me just bring it home for the everyday Ghanaian, the everyday people listening to us on the continent. What difference could RASCOM actually make in their everyday life?
Thank you. Sovereignty here does not mean Africa should block the rest of the world from accessing our continent. No. But sovereignty here means that our essential services, we need to know where to place them. And Africa, look at what, I earlier on stated that satellite communications, in itself, putting it up there, the infrastructure is about sustainability.
Correct.
So capabilities comes in, the scaling comes in,
right?
So inside the capabilities is a training, okay, for the African engineers, our students to master, to be capable of building those satellites over the years,
right?
And we being on third party all the time does not provide Africa that mandates,
right.
Okay. When you look at the RASCOM convention, okay, the Article 4 of the RASCOM convention specifically said RASCOM would construct, maintain, and operate. Okay, so satellite constructions, satellite maintenance, operation of our African telecommunications space segment is very essential for RASCOM. Is very essential in RASCOM's mandate, and this is what we're trying to push. And as it stands, between 2nd to 4th of May, we've established the RASCOM Academy. We're having our first phase, and we're having some satellite training online, and we've sent letters to all the member states, which we're collating for them to nominate engineers for that program. This is the first phase, and then the second phase hopefully will be physical, where we'll be touching base with the real construction, like on a face level.
Director General, Regional African Satellite Communications Organization, RASCOM, Mr. Timothy Ashong. We thank you for telling us the good works you are pushing at RASCOM. Continue to do your best, and we wish you the very best. Sky, you've heard of the RASCOM before?
Yes. I mean, they're doing very fantastic things with the industry. This is where the world is moving to now, and the world is there. It started, decades ago.
Absolutely.
We are trying to catch up. Data sovereignty and related matters are big deals out there, because the world today moves on the basis of how much data you have and what quality data there is that you govern and how you govern it. And so it's great that they are leading all of these initiatives to actually bring some sanity into the space.
So Timothy Ashong is the director. We are behind you.
Thank you very much.
All the best in all your endeavors.
Thank you very much. And I wish to take this opportunity to also plead on the government of Ghana, because the government of Ghana was essential in the establishment of RASCOM. And this is the first time a Ghanaian is leading this institution, and who require all the support for us to succeed. For us to succeed there does not depend on Timothy alone, but it's actually heavily depends also on my country, which is Ghana. And I know that the president of Ghana is a very listening president, and also advocates for Pan-African institutions out there. And this is what we would like him to also put his support behind.
Very well noted. Thank you so much, Timothy Ashon, Director General, RASCOM.
Thank you.
All right, and before we go, we all know that silence, when your rent is due, you can't pick the call, the shop is empty, you're pretending it's fine. That silence, as the name is called money. Bills breaks the silence, whether you need working capital, a salary loan, emergency cash, or startup funding. Your Ghana card is all you need. Call Bills Microcredit today, 0596 920 833. Break the silence, Bills got you. Give your daughter the education that prepares her not just for exams, but to lead, create, innovate, and succeed. Life Source International School, where it all happens. We're a unique all-girls international school in Ghana, focused on STEM, entrepreneurship, leadership, and academic excellence. Bring your girls from Cambridge Checkpoint and JSS 1 to A-level students. They will benefit from dedicated teachers, hands-on STEM learning, entrepreneurial career path, and the 7 habits of a leader. Enrollment is ongoing. 055-955-2263. We are located at Apam Junction. Come by for admission, scholarship opportunities, and more information. The ABSA Auto Fair in partnership with Citi FM Holland Insurance is bringing Ghana's leading automotive brands and thousands of car lovers together for one exciting weekend. Join us from Saturday 22nd to Sunday 23rd August at the Good Park Accra Mall, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. for the biggest auto event of the year. Bring a friend, family, and come explore vehicles, enjoy test drives, and affordable insurance and affordable finance options from ABSA Bank while you pimp your ride with new accessories. If you're looking to showcase your business, book an exhibition spot. 054-136-1237. Diamond Cement is still as hard as a diamond. They have the very best on the market, 42.5 outgrade, 32.5 outgrade, and they are all over the country. Their factories are in Aplao, Takoradi, and Buepe. Call now, 0244-313-368. Now listen, no employee or a representative of Keed Ghana Limited will at any point ask for payment of any kind for any services rendered to customers, so just take notice. There are too many fraudsters in the system, but don't be a victim. Now for all 590 mobile game related complaints and inquiries, kindly call 0308-249-477. Just dial *959# or visit 590mobile.com.gh. Play on your phone across all networks. All wins are paid same day and direct to your mobile phone number account.
Not burn, so you can rule over the ashes.
Citi 97.3.
The people must not die.